But we got more Dead Space, and that is the good news. I can't believe it's already been like 4 years. I have streamed this 4 times over the past 4 years. I mean, I remember my second one. I think it was like, yeah, year 2. Because I started this initially wanting to have people get some, you know, look at you guys on Dead Space, right? In hopes that there would be a sequel, remake, etc., right? Like Dead Space 4. And we did get the Dead Space remake, so that was cool.
Getting out of here alive, Isaac. There's an asteroid loaded up in the mining bay waiting to be smelted.
Why is it turning green?
If you attach the SOS beacon to it, you can launch it away from the ship to make a clean broadcast.
I didn't notice that.
The beacon's on the maintenance subdeck. You can launch the asteroid from the control room. Damn, the control room is locked. It looks like they keep an emergency access key on the processing subdeck. Couldn't be easy, could it? I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Yeah, mining is, let's put it this way. I do not have a good opinion of mining. As I was saying before stream, it is very much like me in Resident Evil 4 with the castle. God, I'm actually wanting to play Resident Evil 4. It's like Resident Evil 4 with the castle. You get to castle and the momentum just kind of dies for me. That's contacts. God, I'm having to get used to it. I was playing Master Duel. I'm so used to just watching, like, animations. It's kind of wild to actually play Dead Space. I'm on the other side, though, so that's good. I can't remember if that's Temple or who that is.
Offline for some reason, Isaac. I'll see if I can run a bypass.
Feels like one of those tower gauntlets. It kind of is, though. It's a really big level. Like, I'm sure there's players out there that have no problems with mining. They might even love mining. It's just never really been my favorite. Amazing. Ow. It's probably the worst run of the elevator that I've ever done, actually. Stop beating your meat in the elevator. Actually, further ahead in this game, I can't remember. I thought that the person who was on the elevator here, I thought that they had some significant relevance to, like, audio logs or something. What is grunting? Whose goon cave is this? The remake picks the pace for Castle, though. I think I like it a little better in the remake. I do. I think the Novistadors in the RE4 remake are a little tougher to deal with. That is some prime texture, chat. Look at that. Look at that! Don't you want some of that? Look at that! Look at that meat, just beating his meat. OG Dead Space, yeah. I mean, I've streamed it every 4 year or every year for 4 years now. I really enjoy it. What is the dog doing? Hey! I much prefer the elites in Dead Space 2. The elite necromorphs, their arms are very flimsy in this one. I like the big chunky ones. In the remake, they definitely get a glow up. They're very meaty. Ah! Nice! That was completely unintentional, but I'll take it. What? What do you mean? What? What in tarnation? I don't know why. It feels like I'm playing through another interface tonight. I don't know what's going on. Certified Hawk Tuo moment? No, never mind. There was a guardian here, I thought.
What the hell are you doing? Get back! Come any closer and I'll shoot him. Give me the
I'm 90% sure there was a guardian here.
This is processing. Why the hell would I?
Or is that the remake? I don't remember.
I'm sick of everyone lying to me. It is imperative that I get the marker. Give me those codes. I don't have them. Is this what you did to the captain? Go on. Shoot me if you've got the balls. Idiots! It's the only way to stop it. The only way to end it. He's completely lost it. Somebody call security.
Not security. There is in the remake. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, there is one in the remake. I could have swore there was one over there. So it makes sense that it's just technically this game, but not this game. A lot of terraforming happening, a lot of corruption in this area. This one also, this area got a little bit of a glow up too in the remake. This area got, what do you call it? It got a 0G section. It is a fun game in itself. I love. It's interesting because like I've commented on the remakes, its ability to kind of take what the original did and kind of improve on the vision. I do think that you should play both. I think that both the original and the remake have different things that they're good at, such as more. If you want more on like the Hunter or like what happened to Nicole, right, her fate, or even the secret ending, right? Yeah, absolutely. Go play the remake. I do think that the original does have certain things over it. I think that the remake. What was it? Last time I played through the remake, I have a VOD up on it. I was commenting on a couple things and how I think that the original did it better. I actually personally didn't like the expanded Ishimura. I didn't like that, actually. I thought part of it got tedious. I think some of the keys and stuff get a little tedious as well. But that's a preference thing, honestly. Like, it's not bad.
Is that really you? It feels like it's been so long. But I can help you now. Come with me.
No. No. That's what a dude with candy in his van would say. No, I'm out. No, you can't make me. Story, and actually this part was an interesting twist in the remake. Oh, absolutely.
I think I could disable the lock. Hold on.
Oh, wrong button. You turn those gravity off and you fly back across. Right, exactly. Like, they improved on it, in my opinion, in the remake. I think that it was better in the remake. The choice system as well. I kind of liked what the remake tried to do with that. I think, like, I don't know. Like, they expanded on it pretty well. I guess I was going to say if they expanded upon it, maybe it would have been better. But they did. Nicole's not bothered. But they did expand on it pretty well. There's only so much you can do. Like, if there was a Dead Space 2 remake, I don't know. I think Dead Space 2 as is perfectly fine. I don't think Dead Space 2 needs a remake. Nice. Not even there. It's someone else. Exactly. Yeah. It's it's Elizabeth Cross, I think. Did you actually just Mr. President me? I'm definitely having trouble hitting my shots tonight. Yo, can I not get fail state, please? Good God. Dude was like the 1% champ right there. Good God.
Okay, the door's unlocked, Isaac. I can't get over to you, but I'll find a way.
Yeah, isn't this just a hallucination in this one? In the remake, it's Cross?
This will all be over soon.
No interaction with Nicole makes sense. It was very much like it was the end game. It was a true and genuine twist, and that's I think why I liked it.
Isaac. Hey, I lost your signal for a while. You had me worried. I see you've got the beacon, so head for the mining bay and attach it to the asteroid. I've been running trajectory calculations, and if we launch soon, there's a good chance the asteroid can reach a safe distance to begin transmitting.
Minimal safe distance? Oh, whoa. Yeah, because there was like a whole room down there with like a weapon upgrade in the remake. Like, it was really cool to see this expanded upon. And I think that's what the remake did very well. I honestly am just glad that doing, 4 years, I mean, at the time, like, 2 years of Dead Space streams, annual streams, I'm just really glad that we even got a remake, personally. I just saw that spawn in. I saw that. You gonna stop, my guy? That actually hit me again. I always take some pretty heavy damage on this part. That didn't even take it out. Just Tyranid hives unitology needs Terminatus. I don't know enough about the Tyranids to really say one way or the other. I mean, effectively, kind of like the markers influence a species around them to reach a designated endpoint, and then they kind of just have the species kind of go uber fanatical on themselves, if that makes sense. Is that a noose? No, it's a strap. I'm pretty sure last year I fell victim to him too. No, I don't want to go to prep. Oh well. Nicole helped and Kendra's like, oh, Nicole's quite the trooper, huh? Operate with a hive mind marker isn't a hive mind, not in the same manner. No, it's not. Like, it builds up to a hive mind, but it's not. It's more akin to the flood, right? It's more akin to the flood than it is something like the Tyranids, Terminids, anything like that, right? The verticality. I mean, the verticality's interesting, but definitely. I don't know. I always have this. I have almost like a mental block with mining. Like, down there is not bad. Like, what is Doko? I have a block on it. Like, that part is pretty fine. That part's pretty static, pretty consistent. You get to the one with the asteroid where you have to actually plant the beacon. I think that's what throws me off. I'll move that. Sell. Medium, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's my plasma? There it is. Hey, how's it going? What's up, Gothic Amethyst? Alright. The remake as well, I don't know. I think this, I don't know. In the remake, I still had some issues with mining. I liked some of what they added, some of the rooms and stuff. They added, like, there was a room, like a center room where you had to shoot the fuse box for. I think it was interesting. It was an I'm actually surprised that hasn't despawned yet. Very interesting in how they went about certain things. I do still think that they are definitely supplemental of each other, though. If you play Dead Space Remake, I would still definitely recommend playing the original Dead Space. That way you can kind of, like, understand where the roots are.
This is Temple.
Yeah, I think it was this area. Yeah, this area in the remake was pretty cool.
Goddamn bay.
Jacob, hurry up! We need to find a beacon.
There's gotta be one around here somewhere.
Really? Homeboy gonna Mr. President me while stasis? Maybe? I was like, I'm pretty surprised that that pregnant necromorph hasn't burst on me yet, and that would be why, because it did. He had a hunger that only hands could satisfy. That's why I actually like the electrostasis in the remake. Makes dealing with them a little bit. Has a glow up with its story elements. Mining definitely got some much needed attention. I will say mining got a lot of attention that it did need. And I think it ultimately helped this session. Sorry, section of the game. Not session. But yeah, like, they changed, like this is now a room, right? Like, you kind of go down here, and, because there's that forklift in the remake. About right there, somewhere in here is a room. I think where I'm actually pointing right now, right here. That becomes a room where you have to shoot the fuse out of. Very cool. Like, I like it. Yeah, because, yeah, it's this area, I'm pretty sure. Definitely got a glow up. I don't think it necessarily... I think I went through mining in the remake a little faster. I think that in 1, I've done it so many times. I think that it's definitely a story break for me. It's a progress gate. This part can take a little bit too. This part doing an impossible run, especially on the remake, makes me a little worried. I mean, obviously there's a save station here, so you can save scum it. But this has always been a room of concern for me. Are you beating your meat over there? What's happening? What is happening? Well, stop now. There should have been a power door here somewhere. I think it's over there. Yeah, I think that's my cheese tactic. Keep an eye out for the explosions on the catwalk. The exploders, yeah. I mean, if you take one too many of those shots, it definitely is not bueno. Did I actually throw it? The use of music and instruments here is also masterful. Ow! Bonk. I'm actually really surprised that didn't hit me. Very surprised. Okay. Doko. No way! What? What happened? That is a certified Kip moment. I have no idea what that was. That was amazing. Bucked by the collision? I didn't even know that could happen. I've never had that happen. In all the time I've played this game, I have never had that happen. That is a certified Kip moment. Right. My thing isn't up yet. Or the bridge isn't up yet. I thought my game crashed with how it paused for a second. Didn't actually want to heal that. Can you really not enter there? That's weird. What was that landing, my guy? What was that landing? You want to talk about that? Oh, lurker on the top. What will he do? He won't commit tax evasion. Sweet.
Gravity can now be restored.
Yeah, I abused the hell out of this power node door.
Gravity restored. Access
I actually don't remember the vent up there. I wonder if I can actually funnel all of them. Because usually I'll like kind of like strafe in and out of the door. I wonder if I can actually fight all of them this way. What do you got? I mean, it's working. It can't get through there. They have to go through the vent. They can't open the door. I don't like Dead Space spin-off known as Calypso Protocol. I've never played it. I know the EULA turned a lot of people off, so I've just never really bothered with it. I don't want to buy it just to have an EULA be a problem. But I can't really say anything on it because I've never really played it. Got back during the remake of Possible Run recently. Animation that plays during the morgue didn't trigger, so I was frozen and naturally it saved during the run, so I lost. Ah, that's rough. Yeah, that's rough. I had to do a hard reinstall of the game because just the updates somehow just bricked it. So I had to like do a fresh full uninstall and fresh install. I know there's a pregnant necromorph out there. Or at least I'm pretty sure there's one or two. I want to see if they come down. I'm curious. Liberty Day gave us Helldivers 1 armor and bolt action rifle, 31 Inquisitor style armor, weapons and skins. Yeah, I got the rifle last night. I was testing out the update. Center definitely feels pretty good. I was actually on 9s. Like 7s feel a lot better. 9s feel like what my 7s are or used to be. I've streamed on a little bit. Forms should come through event. I don't think they can. I don't know. I've never seen them come through event. I thought they could, but I don't think they can. No, they cannot go through events. Confirmed. Use that knowledge as you see fit. That's cool. I'm gonna do that every time now. Like, I'm not a speedrunner. I'm not good enough to be a speedrunner. Like, F all of that. He do be a little thick, though. Think they can in the remake? They might be able to. I'd have to play the remake again. I'm trying not to play the remake so soon after I just did a recent playthrough. I am itching to go through Resident Evil 4 Berserker mod, though. I might be playing as Wesker, though, because I actually really enjoy being able to character swap and play as Wesker. I like his melee. I am not good at the game. I'm curious what the mod has. I want to critique the mod, but I don't necessarily want to like go uber try hard.
Get you into the control room so you can launch the asteroid. Don't forget to attach the beacon first. I read another report on the colonist dementia. It seemed to start
Always
after
carry
they
one.
removed the marker from the planet. God knows how long it was down there.
Ooh, that's spooky. I think there is a necromorph that comes down the hallway, right? Maybe? No, I'm just tripping.
Please recycle any unused materials regularly. Thank you.
Yeah, this game definitely, make sure you're turning the volume down a little bit when you play this. Yeah, I'm at 30%, and I'm still getting absolutely just, like, ear blasted.
The mining subdeck. It was a security lockdown, although I don't think it helped them.
Via the audio log of the guy blasting limbs off. Dude, he's such a cool guy. Like, the VA for that went so hard.
By some gravity tethers. You have to knock those out before you can launch it.
Yeah, this is the room that I have a lot of issues with. This is a huge progress gate for me. Because we're like halfway through mining at this point. Ow. Your safety is in your hands. My God. Thanks, Space OSHA. I'm pretty sure I think there's hands in that crate right there. Because there's a store here. This is actually a really good safe spot too, because of the store. Yeah, crawl. Beg for it.
Processing log. Supervisor Second Engineer Dallas reporting.
Okay. But funny Dallas from Payday meme. Oh, I guess I could just sell this here. Deals extra melee damage though, which is nice. I was curious if it served any function at all. I wasn't testing it out last night because I wasn't about to go into like a bug 9 and test out the new rifle. I mean, it seems neat. It seems like it's functional. I'm curious where they're gonna take the game from here. Right, we've gotten to a point where I think that it is in a better state currently, but I do want to. They need to keep up that momentum. Spooky. Just can't adjust. I mean, I don't know. I think it's less that and more just like I want the game to actually be in a better spot. Because I will actually just play. I will actually just play this 100%. He just kind of noodles over. We'll hate on the rifle. I have no say because I'm a shotgun noob. I am absolutely a filthy DJ shotgun user, so I have no say. Stop bullying him? Never. Absolutely not. I think going down this way saves time, if I remember correctly. Play with that gun today. He made it work. I mean, sounds like it's decent. We don't need a meta-defining option. Just make it good. I should have shown their faces. Damn. Tell us how you really feel. Give me a second. My controller, like, cord is, like, touching my hand. I hate when it does that. I play wired, not wireless, because I like the latency. Yeah, this part is why I always remember mining pretty long. I thought there was a power node here. I'm pretty sure there was in the remake. I'm almost certain there was a power node here in the remake. Even though power node doors didn't exist. That was my big critique. That was my big criticism. They threw out the always save a power node gameplay. I am a stan of always save a power node, a single one. Make the new rifle a super quick, faster reload. Well, we just need we need to be able to get modifications. You like just like, oh yeah, increase reload, get stripper clips, increase magazine size. I think it'd be right at home in gameplay. Even then, I think that a game like Dead Space even could use a good I mean, 3 kind of went around with that, right? I mean, 3 has weapon upgrades, but think about using different variants, kind of like a mix of Dead Space 2 and 3. Yeah, these guys eat ammo. I see you, Dick. Couldn't even see him. Kind of blended in. I don't like the node doors. I love the node doors. I will die on that hill. Always keep a power node around. And in fact, they could have extrapolated on that. What use did the power nodes in the remake even have? They were strictly there to upgrade weapons, not access anything else. I think they could have married the idea of the keys, and they could have married the ideas of nodes way, way better. I think that that could have added for some really interesting choice gameplay. I think that that would have been really cool. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, because I need to go out here. I need to exit 0G, not get bopped. I've gotten crushed by those things way more than I care to admit. Oh, Dorn said they went for the security clearance to give the players a reason to go back. But I think they could have kept both ideas. They could have totally done something with both. I think the security clearance is cool, especially if you need to access, like, you know, chief researcher or, like, you know, a bridge or, like, captain's log, right? Absolutely. Or doors for, like, actual, like, powerful upgrades. 100%. I think node doors strictly for, like, supplies and stuff would have been really cool. And that's what, you know, that's what they are in this game.
Payload 8772 is no longer tethered. Untrained personnel should leave the area immediately.
Ow. Trying not to kill everything. I was trying to actually run this pretty quickly. Mine. Bonk? Bonk. So what does he use to keep it on there? Does he use like flex glue, flex tape, zip tie? What do you talk? How does it stay on the? How does it stay on the payload? Hey, Kip, you're not supposed to think about that. What do you mean I'm supposed to think about it? We have goddamn space ocean. They can't tell me how to zip tie a goddamn fucking beacon. Trying not to get crushed. I always get crushed by this thing. Oh, cool. Industrial glue. It punches a spear into the rock. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see it punching a little, like, bar, spear, or something into the rock. I could see that. It's form and functional. Can I give a little love tap? We're about, I think, halfway through mining at this point. We might be bordering on that 2/3, but we're getting there. It is you see why I split the stream up, though. Why I'll do up through, like, hydroponics. It is a good idea if I was to impart, you know, well, hell, I want to go through, I haven't gone through Dead Space, you know, how would you recommend going through it? Chapter at a time, chapter or two at a time. If you are trying to do, say, a stream of it, I think that stopping at hydroponics and starting a different VOD or different stream is probably a good thing. I've done it in one sitting before, don't get me wrong. I have absolutely done it in one sitting. Would I recommend it? Debatable, depends. But why door stuck? Where go? Don't go. Where did my battery go? God damn it. They kind of fixed them in the remake. The batteries are still kind of a nuisance in the remake. But they gunk up a lot less. I don't need it anymore. 90% sure I still need it. And if not, you know, oh goddamn. If not, I will be the dingus. I will take that L, 100%. Because you need to go up there. I need to not break that. Because you need to power the lift. You have to go up the lift. The lift isn't powered without this. So you have to take the battery back. Yeah. And that's when you get up there, that's where the hunter shows back up again. I am only slightly brain damaged. I do like that they stacked with 3 in Dead Space 2. I do miss that. Ah! I did like that there was a security door up here. I did like that they added something up here in the remake. Well, I'll play with the OG. Yeah, that's why I go back through and play it. I like remake and OG for different things. I like both of them. I like them for different reasons.
8772 launched.
That do be a
Beacon's on its
thick
way.
rock.
All functions normal and broadcasting wideband.
It was a memorable shock.
We'll
Oh,
just have
absolutely. Like,
multiple
oh crap, the hunter's back.
I'll position the array receiver. I thought I saw my brother again. He waved to me
Quarantine
like nothing was
activated.
wrong.
Because you're like, oh,
Okay.
cool, it's just a standard slasher or
I should
something,
be able
right?
to leave this channel open. What? The comms array receiver isn't
I think it's time.
responding.
Time for what?
Isaac,
Oh,
can you
whoa?
get back to the bridge? We need that array online or we can't receive signals from anyone responding to the beacon.
It also baits you. It takes a while for him to show up. And you're like, okay, some standard slashers. The legs feel like they have variable health. POV, you have the last of the mashed potatoes in the the hotel pan, and the customer wants that last mashed potato. I could have swore the regenerator showed up here. I could have swore he showed up. He shows up in the remake, I'm 90% sure. Hey, Starmark, thank you for the raid. How's it going? What were you guys playing? Leave. 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 Where did he go? I have no idea where he went. The crew deck in the OG? That was a remakeism, wasn't it? It's kind of interesting how they both blend. He's flopping. I think that's it. I think that's it for mining. Think is the keyword. He's like, aww. I think the remake definitely added a lot of tension that it needed. Dead Space is so much fun. It really is. This is my fourth annual stream of it. I mean, I played it since, God, 2000. I think I played it since launch year. It's always a great Spooktober game to go through. But hi, how you doing? How's it going? What were you doing? Yes, Mr. Divider, I see you. I guess hear you is the more apt descriptor. I think there's a bathroom as well in the remake. It definitely took a lot of the OG-isms, and I like it. It's very faithful to the original Ishimura design. I like it. I just wasn't a fan of the connector bits. I definitely got lost a lot. Changes in the remake, like Isaac says, it's all over Harris. He can't hurt you anymore when you do Nicole Mercer questline. I don't think I've done that. I think when I did the... Try to remember. I actually don't remember. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know I did the questline. I just never noticed it. On a storyline made the final encounter a little more satisfying. It did. I think the hunter, I'm curious design-wise what happened in the original with them. I think the hunter was a great thing, but I think that, they definitely missed that storytelling opportunity, which they hit in the remake.
Things are looking up. A military ship just docked in. The USM Valor.
Oh, we're on...
I don't know what it was doing out there.
Right,
It
this
must
is
have
the
gotten our
second
distress
turret
signal.
bit.
We can't talk to it until the comms array is fixed. I'm gonna hack the door to communications for you. Get in there and find the comms control station.
I don't want to fight meteors again. I don't want to fight Sephiroth 2.0. Also, the corruption works really fast. It completely eats that elevator in 6 chapters. Where's my corner? Where's my safety corner? was very close to getting hit by that. Man, they throw... I forgot that they throw those exploders at you. Good God, that actually spooked me. Great googly moogly. Where are you? Like, I'm pretty sure there were leapers and stuff in here. I am surprised that he is still up. I literally just can't get through his thick skin. That was kind of nutty.
Quarantine lifted.
Sometimes it'd be like that. I just call them by those names. What do you mean? Thing they like didn't ever... it did have a name. I'm 90% sure it's referred to as the Hunter. I always mix up Regenerator because I played a lot more 2 than I have this one. Like, I ran 2 over and over because I actually really just liked it on New Game Plus. Like, I could have probably speedran it at a certain point in time, but I'm also just too, like, ooh shiny because I pick up everything, so I'm awful at speedrunning. But I used to know where every spawn in Dead Space 2 was. I used to know where all of them were. Official name, Mercer in the OG. I'm pretty sure it was called the Hunter. In 2, it's the Ubermorph. 2, they're just regenerators. I know, yeah, it's technically the Ubermorph in 2. It's also been referred to or theorized to be a mini hive mind, which is really cool. It does have the fight, and even the subway train when you're going through Tideman Station, you can see just standard necromorphs with like little stars or little things on their face. How did I miss that? I was on what? See, it's all cool, like, oh, they're tentacles, until you realize that that's their intestinal tract. And it's pretty messed up. Mini High Mind is a cool idea, and the red marker to try to initiate the convergence in the end there. I love 2. It makes when I finally went through 3, it made me going through 3 all the more depressing. Because that was how EA chose to end it. Well, I still need to go through the DLC. I know vaguely what happens in the DLC. I do definitely want to go through it. How is it still alive? Got 1 left. You know what would have been messed up? If they had a giant, like, brute, like, blob necromorph, like a brute, right? Yeah, if you need alert, go for it. It was good to see ya. But have like a giant like glob brute that like kind of moves at like walking speed, right? Like you'd be able to like outrun it and like strafe around it, but you can kind of like move. It like moves, you know, like half speed what I'm moving right now, and it just has like a guardian on its back. Kind of think like Phalanx from Dark Souls 1, going into the Painted World, right? Phalanx just a bunch of, you know, shields around a blob. Think like that, but with like a depending on the size, like 1, 2, or maybe even 3 guardians on it. That would have been terrifying. But it moves slow enough that it can kind of balance itself out a little bit. Oh. Some dividers. The divider has probably the creepiest death out of any death in the game, too. Like, the hunter kind of just, like, looks at you. But this one right here, this death animation is probably the like worst in the game. For Dead Space 2 Remake. I would. You kidding me? Dude, I would absolutely love to be a part of a project like that. 100%. These things have way too much health. I mean, to be fair, it is supposed to be a mini-boss kind of enemy. I was trying to get my inventory to fucking do that this entire time. I burnt through ammo. Good God. Divider head is very creepy. Yeah. Hunter's pretty brutal because he kind of just looks at you and kind of like turns his head sideways. He's very inquisitive. The Divider is very, very rough. Very creepy. All right. Idea is horrifying, and I will not support. Your idea. Walking Cluster Guardians is horrifying, but you can see the potential though. Just have it show up once or twice in the game, and have it in a very roomy area, right? Dude, it'd be so cool. If I was given the opportunity to ever like assist in a like Resident Evil or Dead Space project, I would do it. Not officially, right? Because that's companies, right? But like, someone's like, "Cool, we're doing this." Awesome. I would pitch ideas all day.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. This is USG Ishimura.
Is there a guy in the thing? Yes, there is.
I don't believe this.
Bonk.
The whole comm system is offline.
How fast is it? How dangerous? He was to shoot out at me if given time. Yeah, all good questions. But that's why you make it move at a glacial pace, right? Not like think like maybe half or 75% of Isaac's walking speed, right? You will always be able to just kind of walk and skirt around it is the idea, right? Because especially because you have like guardians. But I mean, that could make sense, right? Something that heavily fortified, and you're trying to it's a escort the payload kind of idea.
Array's in bad shape. We need at least 6 working dishes for a strong enough signal. Make sure they're aligned symmetrically so there are no power gaps.
So, unironically, hot take, I like this better than the original. I did not like the remake version. I did not like the funny bring the line to the top. I actually like the original better. I think that the remake, I think it was a cool idea. I don't think it was a good execution. I much prefer the original. Like how the monster from still makes the deep walk around. Yeah. Coastal Guardians where those tentacles slowly drag amorphous masses around. Yeah, I mean, it'd be super cool, right? It doesn't even have to be Guardians, like actual proper Guardians. They could be like Proto-Guardians, or they could be, not like the small guys that just kind of hang limp. But when I say Proto-Guardians, I mean like they can't like shoot the little baby Vestal, stack thingies. And they have like a limited range or something like that. They're like half Guardians, like 0.7% of a Guardian, like 0.7 a Guardian, 70% of a Guardian. That still could go hard. Walking, it uses its blade tentacles to move around. I'd be okay with that. But you see how there's like an idea there, and that would be such a cool step out moment, like, you know, say a regenerator assailing you in the mining control room, or how you first encounter the brute. I'm pretty sure he's taking damage. I need him to actually like stop. Cool. Let's see. We'll do what, inner ring? I thought that was the combo voice for a second. 1, 2. Panic shots. Oh, absolutely. Another fight with the Leviathan. I think the Leviathan, once in food storage. I think once in food storage and once on top of what we're doing right now, what we're going into, I think was enough for the Leviathan. I think that was okay. That is a, like, twice. It's like brutes, 5, 6 times in a story, I could see. Dead Space 2, they started to get a little too excessive, in my opinion, after a certain point. I could absolutely see an argument for Leviathan being only used twice. Right, it's like power scale kind of thing, right? What happens if you fought a hive mind? What happens in the main story if you fought 3 hive minds, right? It loses its kind of charm and value at that point. And arguably, that's kind of potentially why Dead Space 3 even had some criticism. Like, there is arguments I would make where too much power creep could just lead to silliness. The dodge roll in Dead Space 3 is peak, dude. It's so meme. It is perfect. Okay, but where is the last one? There it is. Kind of like this game did, kind of like Dead Space 1 did. At the end, like the final mission, who gives a fuck, right? Like, just throw shit at the player. It's the final mission. But you want to make sure you're pacing stuff like that throughout. A kind of lurker type enemy like that, you know, working with the Guardians on their back, I mean, probably works only so well for so long, right? Like in a the trade-off is like you don't really deal with other necromorphs at that same time, right? Because you don't want like ROM hack difficulty, right? I guess some people do, technically. Some people do want that ROM hack difficulty. Dingus still alive? I do be live. Yeah, I much prefer this over the remake. Funny teabagging satellite.
Messages can now be received.
That's it. It's working. Get back to communications and use the control panel to send our coordinates to the Valor.
Made the second boss the Leviathan again instead of a random second flesh mask that happened to latch itself onto the ship. What do you mean? That is the Leviathan.
Zero gravity.
In OG, we're going to fight the Leviathan again. It gets exited out of food storage, and it's this Leviathan. As far as I'm aware, it's always been the Leviathan.
This is USM Valor, widecasting on all frequencies to USG Ishimura in response to your SOS. We picked up your escape pod, number 47, and are en route to your position. This message will repeat every 30 seconds until you respond.
What? Isn't that the escape pod Hammond jettisoned?
The slug is supposed to be entirely separate. Let me look it up really quick. Yeah, look it up. Because I've always assumed it's the Leviathan.
USM Valor. Come in, Valor.
Nice. Actually splattered him.
Blast door blockage detected. Please contact a repair technician.
Yeah, but to be fair, Remake also has the bullet sponge problem. Not necessarily a bad thing. It adds to survival horror. They're actual necromorphs. They're dead space aliens.
We have to get the doors open to transmit to Valor. You should have a clear shot from ADS Cannon 48. Get to the cannon and blow it out into space.
My God. He knew how to use the elevator. They're evolving. I also like the little tentacles and stuff that they have like in their mouth. I think Roanoke covered them once or twice. I don't know if we have really much on what those are. All right, time to cheese another cannon section. I didn't even open that. That just opened on its own. Sure, I guess. It's an undead reanimated humanoid in every part of it's been ultra-difficult to gank you. Of course it's going to be hard to get. Exactly. Like, it logically makes sense. It's not a bullet sponge for no goddamn reason. Like, that's why I like it. I'm cheesing the fuck out of this. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that this is the Leviathan. Needless to say, I'm awful at this part.
Hull integrity below 50%.
Oh, this is a wipe. Yeah, nothing was gained on this. Dude, I didn't even break a single tentacle. That's probably the worst I have ever done on that. Good God. I'm gonna make a return to the remake, but instead opted to make for a second Leviathan encounter. That doesn't surprise me. A lot of stuff gets on the cutting room floor. I didn't even kill a single one. That's embarrassing. I hate this segment. Too hard to shoot the projectiles? I mean, you kind of have to. Well, reasonably, so you should be responding by shooting the tentacles holding the things. I haven't even broken one.
Hull integrity below 50%. Hull integrity critical.
Good God, what is happening? There, I had enough of the bullet sponge, decided to mod my game and turn the guns into just burp machines. I've never had... This has absolutely been part of why I don't really come back to this game to speedrun it. I am awful at these.
Override initiated.
We'll do this eventually, I guess. I've never liked this portion specifically. Well, either the turret sections, which is why I was interested in the remake. I like that they changed it. I'm more of a fan of the remake. Did I even get it? Yes, I did.
Hull integrity below 50%.
Great. That's so odd. Thanks for that, Jace. That feels so counterproductive to focus on one. I don't know why this works this way. wonder how that's coded. I don't know why it works that way. And with mouse, I am. I swap over to mouse for this. I'm not doing that on controller. No, I'm good.
Do not open the escape pod. USM Valor, this is Kendra Daniels on USG Ishimura. Come in. Do not open the escape pod.
Mouse in the OG.
Damn it.
I mean, I use controller. I swap over to mouse and keyboard for that specifically. Make handle the ADS ends. I appreciate that the remake just kind of off this entire section. This or the Excella fight in RE5. This fight. Dude, Excella in 5 is ain't no shit. I'll do that all day. Are you kidding me?
Isaac, fuck out of there.
Moving over the last chapter. Yeah. As I said, keep in mind, I'm also very bad at games. I'm not a good gamer by any means. I feel that my quote-unquote personality is my selling point.
Isaac. Isaac, are you there? Thank God you're all right. I've been trying to reach you.
What was wrong with Ouroboros? What was wrong with RE5 Ouroboros 3?
A crash must have interrupted the signal block.
Hammond, where have you been?
I would say 2 is the worst fight.
Barely. I found some med supplies.
The flamethrower one?
Listen. I'm calling aboard on the mission.
Crew is mad for losing to one slasher.
Chain of command.
I guarantee you that it's marker influence. I guarantee it.
I think I've located a shuttle on the crew deck. Flight log says it needs a new singularity core, but we can probably salvage one from the Valor. I can see the tail end of it sticking out from the side of the Ishimura.
Now you're making me want to play RE5. Thanks.
Down there now to find a way inside. I'll meet you there.
I actually need a modern RE5 VOD. Thanks for that, actually. I need a modern RE5 VOD.
What is true about the shuttle, we might have a chance of getting out of here. Head to the cargo bay.
How about we're surviving the original RE2?
In his condition, he may not last long.
So I bought the original RE2 on GOG. I mean, I could technically see. I'd have to find a save file, because I'd have to beat the entirety of RE2 to get to it, right? I'd have to do the challenge. But I did buy RE1, 2, and 3 on GOG. There's another RE5 playthrough. I mean, I can have fun playing 5. I've played 5 for so long that I have fun with it, dude. Out of here. One slash kill army because they have no experience fighting Necromorphs, staying for the center of mass. Yeah, like, I mean, it makes sense logically. Like, as soon as they're within transmission range, as soon as they got that escape pod, I guarantee you the marker was starting to have effects on them, 100%. Because, I mean, what happens with a Necromorph when it drips out of marker range? It's just a lump of flesh. It is, for all intents and purposes, just, cool, this is a thing that's just kind of sitting here now. The Necromorphs are just puppets. They're just really, really fancy meat puppets that have really, really, really sharp slashy bits. That's all they are. A stasis module attached. Twitchers, which are even harder to go. The Twitchers are an interesting evolution. They're fascinating. But I think the last time I played Resident Evil 5 was probably with my old VODs, the ones with the red border. Those are my old VODs. Whale noises. I want to see. I probably can get him to despawn. I'm gonna. Oh right, there's 2, aren't there? I'm pretty damn sure they can't go through vents. There's a Necromorph here. I've gotten jump scared by that one a few times, so that's why I remember him. Easy. That one actually went by really fast. I remember that one taking a lot longer. But then again, as I said, mining is about, once you finish mining, you're like halfway done with the game. Like, once you finish hydroponics, like so what cannot, like, from a chapter standpoint, once you finish Chapter 6, Hydroponics, which you kill the Leviathan in food storage. You're halfway through the game from a chapter standpoint. From a length standpoint, you're like less than halfway done, but more than halfway done when you finish mining. Mining is just big.
Isaac! Good, you made it inside. Listen, I just found the munitions log for the Valor. I don't think their presence here is a coincidence. They're not on reconnaissance, and they're not on patrol. This ship is prepped for war. They're on a seek and destroy mission. Do you hear me?
My God. They're Call of Duty
Isaac, I've
players.
lost him again. No signal from Hammond's rig. Find the Singularity Core and get the hell out of there.
Like 240 rounds. Actually, just crackheads. A necromorph outbreak occurred in a mining ship that has anywhere around hundreds of thousands of workers a matter of hours. The Valor doesn't have as many people, and their genetic modifier. Also, you need to have a different model or a mindset as a Marine, which can be affected by proximity to the marker. Eventually, if the right Marine gets close enough, one might turn on the brothers. Once you start the issue, which is correctly pointed out, the issue when you start talking about necromorphs is quite literally that it's not, even if the necromorphs themselves aren't the issue, the marker and how it affects people is 100% an issue, right? You have to take those two in tandem with it. It's like when you're... it's why the marker versus... what is it? The Flood versus necromorphs is such a popular debate. I agree with a couple of big creators. I think in the short term, I think the necromorphs have it. If before, you know, before Proto Gravemind, if stuff isn't gotten off the ground, I think necromorphs have it. However, if they're allowed to have if they're allowed to get to Gravemind, Keymind status, nice.
Radioactive material.
Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks for hitting that in for me. If they're allowed to get to Gravemind or Keymind status, depending on which version of the lore you're looking at, because I hear they went back and they reversed the terms, even though there really wasn't a reason to. It used to go Hivemind, then Keymind. Keymind was like, what, planetary? Now it's Keymind, then Hivemind, I think, is from modern Halo lore. Blood have it, 100%. Now, then you start asking, what about the Borg from Star Trek? You just don't win. From what little I've seen of Star Trek, what I understand, you do not beat the Borg. They are a plot device. You will never beat the Borg. So Necromorphs versus Borg? No contest. Borg will win, 100%. Like actually zero contest. Why though? Why change it? Why a lot of things, actually. Why cancel all the Halo Infinite DLC? Why cancel seasonal updates when Halo 5 or Halo Infinite just starts getting off the ground? Why continue to still complain about Halo 5 being bad game when Halo Infinite, it's like an 8-year-old game? I've been asking the Halo community a lot of things. Are these things dead yet? I can't actually tell. That one's not dead. Now it's dead. The Necrosis. Dude's on my B-ball team. I fucking love him. He's just a cool dude. That's Gary. He's just such a cool dude. I need to air, though. I played one classic, so I really should play the remake. The remake is a different experience. I honestly... So I say to play them both separate, both in tandem, right? To get the most out of the remake, I would honestly probably amend my statement to play the original first. That way you have the reference point for how things are made and how things work, right? I would absolutely be willing to amend my statement to say play the original first. Even if you only play it one time, play the original first. Because then you get to understand, like, why people, like Dead Space fans, like you know, people in chat, me, right? Why we talk about certain things, what works, what doesn't, and why we get excited over certain things when they're referenced or certain dialogue gets changed, right? Might not beat the Borg, but they could give them a nasty scar to remember them by. Until the Borg, honestly, probably just take over the Brethren Moons. Like, that's the thing. I am not a huge Star Trek nerd by any means. And I mean that in the most kind way possible, right? I actually really like TNG. I watched up through, I think, season 4. I think I stopped shy of just season 5. Like, I liked what I saw. I liked it, honestly. As somebody who grew up on Star Wars, it was really cool to see Star Trek and what Star Trek brought to the table. I was very, very impressed by what I saw. Honestly, really cool series. I do not have as much knowledge of the Borg as other people would. 100% will, like, actually admit that. Self-report. Everything I've seen, though, I do not see any Borg or any flood, necromorphs, anything like that just taking it, right? I do not see them winning. I do not see that as a winning situation. The forbidden jawbreaker chat.
Safety lock released.
Certified Ed and Eddie status. Valor is... So the Valor's a little chunky, honestly. The Valor's a little odd, because it is a little bit chunky. It's not a long level. It can be long, depending on how you want to take it. I would argue it's just really chunky. It is definitely a deviation from the Ishimura. It depends. Could the Borg actually manage to find the moons, or are the Borg simply getting introduced to an outbreak? If their mechanical bits aren't affected by the marker, the flesh can still be changed. But, I mean, it depends. Like, once again, someone with far more Star Trek knowledge than me would get to dissect that. I would say even if a Borg cube came across the Brethren moons, I would say that the Borg would still win. I absolutely would say that they would find an adaptation to get around it. Because the Borg, for all intents and purposes, are a plot device. You are not meant to overcome the Borg.
I'm reading massive damage, so you may need to find an alternate route.
But it's interesting to think about these things. What a cool promo image. I like it. Sounds like they're pretty nasty, though. They're interesting. They assimilate a lot of shit. My God. My God. Chad, are we in Portland? Oh, no. Not Portland. That poor dude. Poor man got absolutely bodied.
The infection process is doing something strange to these soldiers. They all have built-in stasis units in their body armor. The infection is merging the stasis unit into their flesh or something, making them move fast. Real fast.
Real fast. I feel like that was kind of a flat line from him. It's not Portland, it's Detroit. My God. Detroit, but did they become human? Did we funny Detroit become human meme? Could beat a Brethren meme, but I don't think they could handle a fresh outbreak. I don't know. It depends on how the marker would affect them, I think. There's a discussion here. I am not in any way, shape, or form really qualified to speak on how the outcome would go. Like, I will fully admit that I do not know enough about the Borg to make a actual analysis. That is someone else entirely. I would love to have that discussion, but I do not have the actual knowledge base to have that discussion. Wow! Bro, I thought he was dead for a second. What was that what was the spider skittering? What was that? Woo! Just just stop shooting him. Looks up. Skitter. Nope. Didn't like that. That was... Dude, that was spooky. That was the spookiest thing I've seen this month. Good God. We've talked about abandoned places. Talked about ghosts. That was the spookiest thing I've seen. I let my guard down because I'm like, oh, he's staying still. Skitter. Oh my God. That actually was a clip-worthy moment. Good God. Interest in a limitless source of energy? Yeah, I could see it. You wanna do you and me a favor? You wanna go searching for some copper in that broken duct over there? That broken gravity panel? My God, they'll have this shit. They'll have this ship stripped for all the copper in a number of hours. God, stop the crackheads. Yeah, this part in the remake was a little odd. Wasn't a huge fan of the nuclear warhead part. Mostly because I keep dying to it. I will definitely hit an exploder when I shouldn't. But I did like it as an addition. I did like it. I like that, like, oh yeah, no, this exists. Yeah, there's just a warhead here. I did like that about it. I thought that was pretty cool. If I'm being objective about it, yes, I thought it was a very cool addition to the game. How many catalytic converters do you think are in this vessel? None that I can see, and that's probably the problem. Ain't gonna be no copper.
Isaac, I'm tracking your
My
position,
God.
but it doesn't look like I can reach you. This damn ship was nearly shared in half.
Ow.
I made it to the bridge. It's a mess here. These poor bastards didn't stand a chance.
With single twitch now play skip with standard marine with standard armor and standard weaponry. Well, technically I am in standard armor, standard weaponry. Like, I have a plasma cutter. They actually have military weapons. Well, then again, see the argument about military grade and why it makes every veteran you know actively like have an aneurysm. Civilians, here's military grade. Oh, hell yeah. Active duty personnel military, right? Oh god. I know there was a reason I had to bring this. Yeah, I'm lost. Is it gonna burst now? Yep, there it is. And that's why you bring the second. Yo, what is that dog doing? Oh god, not little Timmy. Why do I not remember these things? Were they here in the remake? I don't remember them. Do a flip. Military grade means cheapest thing that technically works. It is to the lowest bidder, from what I understand.
Mr. Clark, I need to speak with you.
No.
My name is Terrence
I
Collins.
don't want your insurance.
Listen to me. There isn't much time. If you really can repair the shuttle, there is a better use for it than just running
Different
away.
room, though. I think they were a different
You
room.
must understand, the forces at work here are greater than you can imagine. If you leave now...
Okay,
you
but
condemn
in
all
universe,
humanity.
the
plan will
corruption
never stop.
effectively just
Never
spawns
rest unless the
necromorphs, doesn't
marker
it?
is returned. Don't you see?
Necromorphs are effectively
The truth is
SCP, the
wrong.
flesh that
This is
hates.
all a trap. I've seen it. Please, you must help me.
Which makes... I like his added voice lines. It hits different when you play the original, and then you go back and you play for the remake, right? I like how Gunnar Wright... I think that's his VA, right? Gunnar Wright. I like how he added those voice lines. It made it a much more personable experience. I don't know why I'm getting ammo that's not plasma cutter ammo. I only have the plasma cutter on me. Oh. No. Whoa! That's why I tried to stasis you, buddy. Think smarter, not harder.
This is Commander
Unfortunately, I
Jackson.
can't think.
We have hostiles on board. This is not a drill. Hostiles are alien. Repeat, alien and extremely dangerous. All personnel, have weapons ready and fire at will.
I don't think this is the room I was thinking it was. I'm thinking of the very long room. The red room in the remake. That power node. Production clear submitted a marker. Nah, you're right. It's effective to slow Necromorph shooting set our mass. It works in the game, but it doesn't in the universe. Right. No, but that's a game balancing thing, right? Like, in universe, You're absolutely correct. Center of mass would do nothing to a necromorph. It's just gonna shrug it off, right? And the only reason that dismemberment works is because like it can't follow you at that point. It can't pursue you without limbs. It just kind of like, doesn't it kind of just like melt down into like corruption and then like spawns back or something like that? Like they're just meat puppets. They're not actually alive. Nice. I think it's that it's because their back is flayed. I think that's the part that unnerves me. Only slow it down, exactly. This is the room I was thinking of, the long one. No, still not this one. Dick. Whoa! Whoa there, let's have a chat first. Wow, that could have ended badly. Arnold. Back is inflated, it burst open, and ribs butterflied out. It looks like it's flayed. Like I know exactly what you're saying, and what you're saying is correct. I always just forget like the actual explanation on it, which Roanoke definitely has a good breakdown on. Loved his Twitcher video. I think he did update it. Yeah, no, we have a reaction to it. He updated it for the remake. I would love to see him do Resident Evil 5 stuff if there's a remake. I know he said he won't do Resident Evil 5 stuff. This is the room I was thinking of. I would love to see his opinion on Resident Evil 5 and break down on some like the Cephalo and stuff. Plaga Type 2. This room in the remake was a little odd for me. It's definitely a progress gate. One of the rare yeah, because some of them actually have lurkers inside. Come on, come on. Nah, he's gonna full. Just get her. That shit's funny. I don't care who you are. Out of here. Dude actually came back for seconds. Get out of here. Last shot. I've heard you shoot at me from the left side for a hot minute now. I need you to stop that. Okay, stop. I literally cannot see you. Oh my god, go away. I needed him to stop fucking moving. God, it was really annoying because that one lurker was just like, oh, dude, he was camping hard. He was taking free shots. That was bad. This is one of those rooms that I consistently will have to, whenever I replay this game, I do have to take with a very slow attitude. It is a game of inches. Post themselves in the corner with the clearest view of the entire room in the mix. Since the movement changes, you have the ability to run around and reposition. I honestly, well, you can see it in other games as well. If I have something coming from that direction, these two directions, I will try to hit the wall. I do it in Helldivers too, right? You've seen it. Where I try to make to know where everything is coming from, and I will try to sequester myself in a defensible position. This game in forever. I play it every year. It is kind of my like annual thing we were talking about earlier. I did this initially to kind of get more people into Dead Space. Just like, oh, hey, someone's still playing this game? Oh, cool. And then to hopefully get them to do a remake. And then they did a Dead Space 1 remake. So, cool. Job accomplished, but I figured I would just keep doing it. I wanted to do the whole, like, actual, like, anthology this year. But I don't know. Just got away from me. It's like mental issues that comes with being near the marker is a problem for the victim is still fully functional alive. Kind, Hammond, remakes, Dross and 2 both have their delusion as soon as they like marker knows something good comes over. Right. No, there's a reason I love this series. Like there's just so much to it. It's so dense. It's so thick, if you will. It's also one of the only things out there that I argue does what it does. You also Prizzy, thank you. Stop, I don't want to drop all my cash. I'm playing the remake right now. I just finished chapter 9, started chapter 10. I like them both for different reasons. Like, I think both are absolutely great. I think they're played best in tandem with each other. I think that I like the original for certain things over the remake, but I also like the remake over the original for certain other things. Dead Space 3, bro, right? Choose my favorite. I hope when they make that one, they're the OG version justice. I actually am kind of on that. I'm on the line where I don't actually want a Dead Space 2 remake. I would be okay with a faithful, like, 4K upscaling. I think Dead Space 2, and I say this consistently, is the example that modern graphics should try to be. Not, you know, bloated, you know, hyper-realism, but, like, they were good. They were stylized. They were definitely of the era, but they were really good. I really think that we peaked back around Dead Space 2, Modern Warfare 2, stuff like that, right? But 3 was interesting. I played through it. I still need to play through the DLC. But, like, I see what they were trying to do. And I definitely could see the EA-isms. I can definitely see the corpo side of things. Which is unfortunate. This part does always fuck with me. I kind of think they did a little better in the remake on this specific section. I think I actually prefer the remake. Yeah, because I always get hit by this. Never finished the DLC. I hear it's good. I've seen a couple of clips from it from Roanoke. I vaguely know how it ends. And yet one of the funniest, played with a friend. The dodge roll mechanic is fucking fantastic, dude. Play 3 just because you want to, like, Dark Souls dodge roll everything. It is hilariously broken. I stopped moving and I was, I hate it. Oh, I hate this room. This definitely, I think, was better in the remake. I think they definitely tweaked this in a way that I liked. I had to double check that I wasn't getting sucker punched. Whole series could be helpful, not to mention Dead Space 3 remake would probably be better. Dude, I think that I would be super okay with it. Would I necessarily agree with Dead Space 2 remake? Not really. But if it got Dead Space into the limelight, this series has everything it needs to succeed. Everything it needs. But it just has the absolute misfortune of being handled by EA.
Is that it? You got it? Oh my god. You got it. That's the piece we need. Get to the crew deck.
Actually, I don't know where to go. There we go. They changed this in the remake. This whole section was where the game started to change pretty big. Like, up until this point, things were pretty, like, pretty consistent. This is about where things started to take a really big turn. I got all the details, and sadly nowadays I can't do that. Yeah. I know people will allegedly cheat engine a lot of their items too, just because of the robot mechanic. The robot mechanic was fine. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. You could definitely see where the weapon packs and stuff would have become really egregious. Like that game was ready to be hyper monetized more than it was. Stores mechanical knowledge, resounding success story made serious. It's just up to the right people. Exactly. The right people need to give this game a chance. 100%. It's not Apex. It's not Call of Duty. Big boy. I think I like this death still better. I think this version of Hammond's death was a lot better. I wasn't super into the whole Chen plot point. I just wasn't. It does show in the remake that he's affected by the marker, right? It shows a lot him being affected by the marker a lot more. But I didn't like the whole Chen plot point thing. I thought that it was, I don't know, just wasn't my thing. Like, I understand what the plot point was trying to do. I'll re-chat in a second. I'm having to focus. I understand what the plot point was trying to do. Absolutely. I totally got it. But, like, it just didn't... I don't know. Call me a one elitist. Call me a purist. I don't know. I think that's still the wrong term. It just didn't hit the same notes. You dead yet? Ends in the remake. Less about Chen and more that he goes out on his own terms. I get where you're coming from on that. I didn't like it though. I thought he was just I thought he was too different of a character. Don't get me wrong, we've seen some brain dead takes on this game, right? Like, oh wow, Nicole remake bad, Nicole not hot 20-year-old, right? Like, what? That was one of the weirdest reviews I ever saw of the remake. Like, I was like, wow, that's a weird take. OG certainly has much more brutal death for him. I think that's what I think I like the brutality, and I like that it was he chose to go out fighting. He had his back against the wall, less that it was this like this picturesque you know, Chen versus Hammond, and he pushes him into the singularity core. I think that's the part. I think it felt too theatrical. It felt too cliche. It didn't feel raw, right? I think that's the way that I can word that. Bob's like a flesh balloon, but we just saw the man get slurped. Yeah. You call it a singularity core. Sounds pretty brutal. It's not the same. It's not. It's cleaner. This is coming from somebody who had issues playing Gears of War because, you know, inside giant worm using chainsaws, right? I'm not super into the gore, but I totally get the argument. I get the argument being presented about like, oh well, you know, it being impactful. I totally get where people are coming from. I can see the logic behind it. I think it's mostly that it comes across as seeing the powerlessness. I guess it also can feed into Power Trip, like Power Fantasy, right? Power Fantasy for Isaac, the player. I also like that the Twitcher is there. The Twitcher being there showcases that you just because you're out of the Valor doesn't mean that you're safe. I do like that. It is a very, very subtle way to handle that, and I'm glad that they handled it in this method. I need to actually sell those pulse rounds. That's what I meant to do. No, not sell the plasma cutter. There we go. Boils down to character depth. Palace to stop what happens to it in both OG and the remake. And the remake, Hammond has more depth. He had more depth. I felt that the way they did his character could have been handled better. But I think we're really getting to a nitty-gritty splitting hairs kind of argument. It almost felt like it kind of a forced rivalry kind of thing with Necromorph Chen. I don't know how to quite explain it. Not that one. We're actually kind of blitzing through this. We're only like an hour and a half in. Good God. The OG remake doesn't really have that. You get the sadness of watching. Yeah, exactly. I think it's because it felt like it was set up like a stage. Because he was like, oh, they happen to be in the Singularity Core. You were kind of forced to watch it. Right? I think it felt like it just kind of missed the mark for me.
The shuttle Hammond found. Shit. No good. That shuttle's brain dead. Someone removed the navigation cards. God knows why. There's 3 of them scattered around the deck. I'm downloading their locations. I can't access the doors from here, so you'll need a crew key. If you can find those parts, I think we can get that shuttle operational again.
So this one is also a pretty long level. Mining and crew quarters, I feel, are the 2 longest levels in this game. Once you finish this, once you finish this, you have one more pretty tight mission, and then it's the end game. Then it's the final mission. Or I was much, but I know I'm using the wrong term with rivalry. I'm trying to like how do I word it? It felt like a forced interaction. It didn't feel like that. It was the after the markers messing with everyone's head instead of Hammond just going and Hammond goes out because he snaps out of it and takes the monster with him. Yeah, I can see the logic.
Now she awaits her transformation.
No,
A rebirth.
like right now, right? Like this is a common trope in Dead Space. You're going to watch, you're going to listen, we're going to show, not tell you what's going on. This is a cutscene for all intents and purposes. You can just move around in a cutscene. Like, that's kind of what, this is kind of what Hammond's thing felt like. So I think it's, so something like this, I think, and being like, oh, well, this did it right. But did Hammond's death do anything differently in the remake, right? I think that's one of those things that it's like, I think it's disingenuous to argue that, like, it's disingenuous of me to argue that his demise in the remake was more theatrical than that, because they're both theatrical. Oh, it was Temple, right? I think Temple's death in the remake was better. I didn't like stasis logic in the remake though. That's one thing that really got me. Yo, when are we getting a field tank top though? Straight up. I didn't like stasis logic, especially because of how long stasis lasted. But then again, you also have to kind of take everything with a grain of salt, because we know factually that things that appear like they're happening in Dead Space don't actually happen, right? So it's kind of hard to like, did Nicole really help you? No. Already dead. Mercer just ganked Temple after. I don't know where was Temple in the so where was Dr. Croft in this? She in this room or where? I like that they extrapolated on them more. I think that was a strong point. I can see both of their bodies. Get back in your hole. No. No. Go. Go on, get. That's what I thought. I actually don't know where he goes. I try to keep track, but I don't know where he goes. Oh, yeah, you can see Dr. Croft here. I never actually made that connection. Cool. So that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, they extrapolated them a lot better in the remake. How bad can I cheese this? I think I bugged this in the remake, if I remember correctly. Yo, he's zooming. I do. Oh no, I like that Isaac actually talks. I know a lot of people are very critical of that. I actually was a huge fan. Did that actually fucking work though? Nice. That ammo literally says CCP Ray. No, I think the remake has a lot going for it. It really does. I didn't hate the remake. I actually really liked the remake. There are certain things that I kind of critique about it or criticize. There were certain decisions that were made that I don't know why they were made, but that doesn't make it a bad product. Like it is a non-issue to literally everyone else I've talked to about the game. It is literally a non-issue. Why did they change the escape pod that Chen was in? We talked about this last VOD. So if you're watching us on the VOD channel, like, you can go back to when we first go to Bridge. I talk about it there, right? Like, on the left-hand side, and I think it has to do with when it comes up in the conversation. I think that's what ultimately it comes down to. It comes up in the conversation in a different way than it does in the original, than it does I literally can't see him. I have no idea where he's at. Let me fight this out first, and I'll extrapolate. Where were you? Did they? Don't remember that. Yes, they did. So when you go to the bridge in the original, you will go to the bridge, right? So imagine we're going to the bridge, right? Straight ahead's the bridge. So you go down, right? You go to the bridge. You talk to Hammond. He says, "Hey, some spooky stuff's happening." You go out, and then that pod right here, this back one on the bridge, is where the necromorphs is seen. It's a lurker specific. Sorry, it's a leaper specifically, and it's shot out. In the remake, you go to the bridge. You go down to the bridge, and immediately you see a slasher in this one, and then Hammond ejects it, and that's Chen. And then you go down into the bridge and then talk to Hammond. It's presented in a different way. I know why they changed it. It's just one of those, like, it's still odd to me. It's why I talk about it so much. It's just odd. Lon Nolan, hey, thank you for the raid. How's it going? Looks out of the bridge after talking to Hammond, and Chen is on the escape pod close to the exit. And then remake Hammond is in front of the escape pod close to the bridge. Instead, yes, yeah, the placement's different. It's one of those, like, I understand why. It always strikes me as odd that they did it that way. Like, I understand the why. Like, the reasoning makes sense. Doing well. Awesome. Good to see ya. Glad you're doing well. What were you playing? What were you doing? Yeah, we got this. This in the remake also got a little fucky-wucky, in my opinion. There was a lot of room down here and a lot of interconnecting hallways and stuff, which added to the believability that it was a crew quarter. I will say that. To me, it kind of gunked up the run a little bit, but that is a nitpick. That is a preference thing. USMC Rails New Training Armor 3. Nice, nice. Sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. Hope it was fun for you guys. No, go ahead, Con.
I really must speak with you. I'm very close to your position, and I know you want to hear what I have to say. I can explain all this. So what happened?
The slasher is Chen in the pod,
When you
yes.
have the nav cards, I'll let you into the security station.
In the remake, that is the context. Chen is in that pod.
Hurry.
It's ease for the camera, the way you don't have to turn the camera to see the center of the scene instead of front center. Right, exactly. It is a ease of access thing, 100%. It is easier to imagine, if you will. I walked into this hallway, right? Oh my god. Please hit the thing. Imagine me walking into this hallway. Me not getting absolutely shredded by fucking bone shards. Wow, I am not doing well. I don't know why. I'm trying to, like, fine-tune. Like, I'm trying to make fine motor movements with my thumbstick, and it is not working. Like that. Yeah, I'm trying to make fine motor movements, but I'm not able to make them for some reason. Good God. Wait 1 second, chat. I'm having a time here. You're going the one gun run? I always go plasma cutter only. I mean, sure, other weapons exist, but I don't know. 'Cause I enjoy plasma cutter. Still most hated enemy in Dead Space. I actually hate the dividers more. The two little dividers at the bottom of that lift back there, I hate those far more than I hate Guardians. The Guardians are probably the closest thing we have to lore-accurate Necromorph, where they just spew out those little sacks. Because, like, you know, flesh that hate status, right? I could totally see that being like, oh yeah, they generate those because they're just throwing corruption at you, and the corruption is doing this and needs to throw bone shard at you. It logically would make sense to me. However, I don't know. I hated Guardians more when I was first starting out. But I can absolutely see why people hate Guardians. I still hate them to a degree. That's why I try to cheese them, actually. They're a little more easier to cheese than the dividers, right? So like that, if I was able to get around that and get into the door, I could probably despawn him, right? However, like we saw earlier in medical in chapter, I think it was 2 or 3. I think it was 2. Wherever, no, it would have been, what, 4, 5? Going back to medical to mix the solution. We saw that even though I was getting close to the door, he was still absolutely bodying me. Fucking bucket accidentally sold a stack full of ammo, which means I ran out of a certain section. Oh no. That's rough. Especially because ammo is so tight in this game. Like, I mean, I'm playing on New Game Plus. Like, sure, I'm playing on hard to kind of mitigate it a little bit, but I'm playing on New Game Plus, right? I have a cash stack to buy more ammo and stuff. You don't when you're going through the game normally. So my experience is a little different. It's why I actually am hesitant to do a new, the actual Impossible run for the remake. Not super into it. More than 2, especially in the remake Plasma Cutter, because, come on, why wouldn't you Flamethrower? Because the flames weaken limbs, cut off easier, Force Gun. I don't know. I'm honestly more into just Plasma Cutter only. I'm not super I mean, I was into the Javelin Gun for a period of time in 2. Can I hit the thing, please? Good God, that was close. Yeah, we got the plasma cutter. You don't need any of the gun. I mean, realistically, yeah. Like, it does everything I need it to. Like, sure, line gun's cool. We tested out recently the mine thrower in Dead Space 2. It does peter off pretty late game. It's pretty rough. Like, it's cool early game, but once you start hitting chapter 7-ish, after coming back down from the solar rate, enemies get way too tanky in 2. Like, sure, you can absolutely use it to set up traps and weaken them and stuff, but it doesn't have that same stopping power as it does early game. Okay. I'm not really Plasnara, Lion, Ripper-chan. Ripper's really good. The Ripper in the remake goes hard. I actually can't remember. I'm so used to the remake now. I'm so used to how the remake operates. I can never effectively use it. Remake Ripper specifically. Remake Ripper is god tier. Grandpappy's 45 kills. That's the one.
Life support and climate system malfunction. Hazardous condition. Please contact.
Yeah. So, yeah, the regenerator, the hunter pops up here. Right. Oh God, I couldn't even see that. It's because there's, I mean, it's because there's no oxygen, right? Because there's very few air particles here. which means that sound is deafened and dampened. Because sound, how it works. I think that's kind of why I like Dead Space. I think it has more of that sciencey element to it too. Kind of like why I like Elite Dangerous, right? Like Elite Dangerous has a lot of science that actually goes into it. Good God, I am burning through health.
Life support and climate system
Stop it.
malfunction. Hazardous condition. Please contact repair specialist.
This should be the opposite way I need to go. This should be the restroom. I'm not there. No, I know I'm not there yet. It is coming up soon, though. The regenerator shows up in this chapter, which I think that in the remake, I do think that introducing it in the way that it did in mining was actually the better call. I think that that was the infinitely better call. Bloodstains that go nowhere. Perfect.
Life support and
Oh,
climate
wait.
system malfunction.
Guys, I've done it.
Hazardous
I have
condition.
become Table Coon.
Please contact repair
I've done it. I can't believe you've done this. How did this happen? Why did this happen? Maybe there's no air sound travel through, you'd still feel vibrations through your arms, which might chance the sound. It could. I mean, you're also in a suit as well. There could be sensory things within the actual suit. Like the entire UI is suit linked, right? Is rig linked.
Life support and climate system malfunction.
You.
Hazardous condition. Please contact repair specialist.
I'm trying to remember if you're forced to play b-ball in the original or not. I don't remember. I think in the remake you are. Where am I going? I can't believe I actually Scooby-Doo outran the Twitcher. He has become Table Coon. God damn it. I'm gonna take some damage. Really? No! Get out of here.
Hazardous condition. Please contact repair specialist.
The game was actually confused on what killed me. I was taking damage from the thingies, from the little grabby dudes, but I also got ganked by the lurker. That was interesting. That is another one I've never had happen. That was a pretty rough one. Like, that was pretty bad. I thought that they would give you iframes during that, but I guess not. I guess that makes the explosive guys more, worse, right? You also can't do this door trick in the remake. You can do this pretty easily in 1, but not in the remake. I think they kind of addressed it. I actually don't know where the fuck I'm going. You gonna stop? You gonna stop? No, photo finish. Should have figured that out. Results inconclusive. Unsure what actually killed you. Lamau. Okay, it was right there the whole time. Now I can leave. As it turns out, you don't actually have to fight a lot of the necromorphs as long as you can pick and choose your engagements. In fact, I would argue it's probably ill-advised to fight every single necromorph for your ammo. Especially on higher difficulties. Like, I'm just gonna fucking face tank that. Nope, leave me alone. Leave me alone. There's no vents in here.
Exiting vacuum.
Once I go back to the main room, there's gonna be infectors. Ah, yes. Toilet plasma, my favorite. Explodes well in the OG, stunning. I actually don't know if they explode. I thought they did. But I don't remember if they do or not. I could have swore they did. TK in original was very limited. Dead Space Remake is perhaps the most balanced TK experience out of the entire series. Like, it's not as OP as 2 by any means, but it's still very strong if you can hit your shots. Dude, you could do a TK only run in 2. Like, good God, the actual limb impalement was dumb. Stop it. Hey, Abyss, how's it going? I think he shows up at the end. Like, if I walk towards the door at the end of the hallway, I think he shows up. Yeah, like, if I go there and go left, yeah, that's where he shows up. Which is especially nasty. You can start to see the Dead Space 2 isms coming out because they have exploders in a hallway that is there's corruption everywhere, right? So it slows you, and you have to deal with explosives, and you have to and if you try to rush through them, you have to deal with a tiny guy harassing you. But your movement speed is limited. You start to see how they're starting to, like, in late game, design their encounters for the next game. Not for works not for emergent health, and everyone know if you need medical, there's an air conditioner, so you can see how many seconds of oxygen you have left, lasers to aim. Right, no, the rig system is great. I think it's a great minimalistic HUD, and it also is like, it just makes sense. Where are the dogs? I know they're around. You can start to hear Twinkle Twinkle as well. Clearly designed to give Alex Cork the info. Oh, 100%. There's a lot of care that went into these designs. Go with plasma energy. I'm really hovering around that 200,000 mark in late game. I made a lot of progress early game. I think you have to B-ball, right? I don't remember. All right, next. Yeah, I think you have to at least... Yeah, you have to start playing B-ball, or you just have to get in here to be able to grab the key. That's been so long. It's always so weird because it feels like you should be able to grab that.
Entering zero gravity.
I mean, you can obviously X enter and then leave. Like, you don't have to fight it out. I'm playing old classic game. Nice, nice. How did you get credits over the course of the first playthrough? Right, yeah. I mean, playing this on New Game Plus to me is, I like doing it. It's definitely different though. It's a different skill set, quote unquote, than just going through this as is. Like, people who can just like, yeah, I'll just start a fresh Dead Space chapter every time. I don't know how y'all do it. This is where he shows up.
It's not a tragedy. Scarlet's truth is even more fantastic. On the planet below us, we have found a marker.
I do like that it is a 2D image that rotates to where you are.
We will
Very cool.
ascend as we always knew we would. Unitology is truth. And your
Is it
death
though?
is the first
Ooh,
phase.
meat sack.
Be deterred by the physical methods of transformation.
Not even meat wad.
Soon, you will be beyond any physical concern.
Did normal hard impossible for the thumb finger, then hard to test the finger. I'm almost about to just get a save file at this point. I will not be able to do impossible. Not on... Was that actually glitched through the wall for a second? Yes, that was. Okay, cool. Moving on. I don't know. I don't think I can do it. I do not have the skill set. Like, it is... my prime Dead Space running days are over. 100%. Always keep a power node on you. Even I like it. Just rooms were just cool. Let's just place a bunch of assets. I think it's cool. I think it's neat. I just don't die. I mean, I would like to use my aiming skills as a citation here. I'm trying to remember if that locks him out or not. I know practice-wise, I started doing that. Yeah, I'm maxed out on everything, aren't I? I'll give me more stasis, I don't care. I thought there was a reason why I did it this way. Because I lock myself in. Yeah, I lock myself in. So I should be able to get out easier. We can see it. Yeah, no, I will probably have to actually like get over myself and not actually use just the plasma cutter. I would also be going for a just completion run, or not completion. I am going to finish, not necessarily complete. Once again, that is definitely a bug, my guy. Mercer works in strange and mysterious ways, don't he? Fine. I think, didn't they give her a glow up in the remake? I vaguely remember her. Nice. Certified KYS status?
No escape for you, my friend. You have been most resourceful up until now, but my creation...
Right, I know what I did. Yeah, I went in here and I closed it. Because I wanted to have as little fighting as possible to get out of here. Close her brains out. I thought she did something different, but I could be mistaken. Hey, buddy, how you doing? You know, unironically, I kind of like Mr. X more from Resident Evil 2. Now that I've actually played Resident Evil 2 and played the remake, I'll go back and play the original at some point. I'm actually kind of liking Mr. X a lot more. I definitely see where... Wow, he's zooming. I definitely see where the mentality comes from, where the philosophy on the Hunter comes from. I definitely see it. Homie got the mad overbite. You know, he following some TikTok dentistry tips? Can the hunter not go through vents? Interesting. I thought he could. Laughs differently. Right. Yeah. I think that does count. Yeah, there was something a little different about her whole sequence. Is this an actual gate? I don't know what the event flag to progress is. I think it's you have to actually kill everything. I don't actually remember.
Okay. I bypassed the
Yeah, I think it's per. I think it's amount killed. I think there's an actual like requirement. Like there's a quota. Bathroom strat. Let's go, boys. Saw an idea of an video in airsoft using airsoft flintlock. The memes. Oh my god. I once had him jump on me in front of a safe station after running away from him. I'm like, I just didn't see him. I don't know. I guess he just kind of fucked off. I guess his just object permanence didn't kick in, and he just kind of just forgot about me.
Maybe even violent.
Where are my infectors? Oh, that's the wrong one. An actual legitimate corpse. Where's the other dog? I know there's two of them. I have no idea where it is. There was absolutely two of them. Because they're supposed to infect this whole room. Like, that's the whole gimmick. But I only see one. That's so weird. Fast to get in the elevator. Oh god, awful. Jenner's not exactly the smartest guy. Necromorph killing, it do be. They also changed this in the remake too. I never got the stomp hit thing to work though. I never got that to work. Calling me about my car's extended warranty.
Oh, thank God you made it. I've been following
His change is interesting.
I know you want to repair the...
I've had this fudge I want to crack into. It's been sitting here for like the past hour.
Escape is impossible at this
Like
point.
walnut. What is this?
The shuttle shock point
Chocolate walnut fudge.
No.
Like the fudge actually like molds in your hand. It's great.
At first, I lost hope.
You can tell how invested I am, and every time I just kind of sit here and I let him rant for a bit. I do literally anything else with my day. Like I'll check Twitter.
The church, they think the marker is divine, but they don't know what's happened here, what's been released. Look. Look at this.
I don't wanna.
That is what we found in the core of the planet.
Maybe you should do something now. Sit on your destroyer for the next 2 hours.
It's the source, controlling the necromorphs telepathically. We were so stupid. But Amelia, she knew.
I just now noticed my eyes are bugging out.
By returning the marker to the planet, the marker was containing it within
The green glow.
Return the marker.
Game's having a hard time with it.
The hive mind. Please. I'm sorry, Amelia. I bear much of the responsibility for this tragedy. Now, I must take
What's happening?
responsibility for ending it.
Did I forget to plug my helmet into the USB-C charger?
You can help me. If you repair the shuttle and bring the marker back on board,
No.
we can end this forever.
Huh, no. No. I don't wanna. Go do it yourself. Don't make me. I don't wanna. Oh, really, though? Oh, well? These portraits go hard. Yeah? What is happening? They were synced up. Hey, yo, 4 necromorphs, 1 chair. Oh, well. Now, I ain't seen 3 guys a fork at a pizza place in a hot minute. That don't seem right. it do be I do be Kip. Ever seen this? Yeah, I have a waifu model. I shitpost with it. Sometimes I pull it out just to shitpost. It's great. It's very aesthetic. Also, it does follow Twitch TOS because my hips are covered, as you can clearly see. I'll pull it out on stream sometimes. Usually a lot of my reaction stuff I still use the male model, just because it's a good reference point. It's also just my model. Right.
Captain's log. Personal. I want to set the record straight. By the time this log is heard, my actions will have been vindicated. I'm a unitologist. By now, it's probably no secret that we shouldn't be in this star system.
My God.
Another illegal mining job for the company. That is until the colony found the marker. That was when the church took an interest and chose me to lead this pilgrimage. They also ensured many of the mission crew were devout.
So you not use it when I pop in?
Primary instruction
What do you mean?
was to get the marker up from the colony and on board the ship. Dr. Kine, the CSO, is an expert in the original marker and was tasked with deciphering this new one. He says he's making good progress.
Yeah, in the remake, it's this room, I think. There's a mirror, like, right there, and it has, like, it's like stomp, stomp, punch, punch, something like that.
Not when we are so close.
I've definitely had streams where I haven't used the waifu kip. Absolutely. I've done it a lot, actually, recently.
To the church. The government isn't going to cover this one up.
What? Government cover-up? Oh, whoa. Does that mean unitologists or tax evaders? Who's gonna tell who's gonna tell EarthGov? My God. Tax evaders, how could they? I've only seen his webcam. I mean, to be fair, YouTube, Twitch has a better... How do I word it? I had fudge, now my brain's actually wired. God, I totally lost what I was saying. I got distracted by plasma cutter energy. Oh, Twitch has a better reception to waifu model than YouTube does, which is fine. So hence why I use it on Twitch a lot more. Especially because when am I not shitposting on Twitch? Let's be real. When am I not shitposting? Yes. We installed the RTX 3070.
Excellent. Wait there for me. I'm on my way.
Like a future Clark prop. Yeah.
Test firing shuttle engines.
I'm gonna get you. Whoa! You are not who I thought you were. This in the remake, I think I got overwhelmed pretty quickly in this room. I mean, all you have to do is just lure him here. Once you lure him here, it's a free win. Where? I can't tell where he's gonna go through the mount. Guys, he's venting. He's venting. Emergency meeting. You always want to... It's like the Uber Morphin 2. You always want to leg him down to no legs, and then you want to... get down to one arm. Bye, Felicia. I like how he just despawned. He becomes a nugget, and then he just despawns. Yeah, yo, where'd that Twitcher go, though? Did he go to just acquire all the copper out of the walls? Is that what happened?
It works. Yes, this will work.
Yes, release the docking clamps. Yes, kill him early.
The shuttle needs to be released before launch.
Hey, Wolf, how's it going?
The control platform there.
Scientology pay any taxes? You bring up a good point.
While I start the shuttle's engines.
Oh, I can't do it again. I can't do the funny.
Hurry! I'll take the shuttle up to the flight deck where the marker's being held.
Come on, let me.
Shuttle locks disengaged.
I'm en route to the flight deck. Meet me
So,
there.
because this is all rendered live, I wonder if you can go and say a trainer or a console or anything, right? Can you? What happens if you kill an NPC during that? Does the game crash?
On our side. For now.
Because, I mean, for all intents and purposes, you are in a cutscene, right? So what happens if I was there, right, and watching this cutscene take place, because I can move around, it's happening in real time, and I just, like /kill, or whatever the command is. Obviously, I don't think we have a console. But, like, or the equivalent of that, right? Like, input a command to absolutely kill him. Or if he even shows up as aggro, if you spawn a necromorph in during the cutscene. I'm very curious. I don't know what tools or software exist for that.
No need to be
No.
frightened. No reason to fight. Many have gone before us, and now it's time for us to take the voyage together. Transcend death. The future take its course. Join me as I gaze upon the face of God.
I like that he actually, when you go through that door, you actually get to see him. It's super cool. Our experience of the original does give unfair advantage. It does. If you play the remake after playing the original, you will, in my opinion, have a better narrative experience, but you will have an unfair gameplay advantage. 100%. No. You don't get to transform. How dare you? What the dog doing? He gets melted into goop in the remake. He's just an overdone, overturned. Yeah. I love that the term nugget is what we throw around. It's like, it's not wrong. Probably is insensitive, but it's not wrong. I'm watching Dipper, playing through Dead Space when she streams it. I heard she's great. I haven't watched her content personally, but I've heard nothing but good things about Dipper. All right. OG in the length of time, there's a slight enough change that the remake still surprises me. 100%. No, they are different experiences. You will still get an unfair advantage if you do play the original, because you know where things kind of, how they're paced a little bit. But the remake is different enough that it is a different game.
Mr. Clark, I'm approaching the shuttle hangar. You must find your way to the cargo bay. The marker, it's being stored in there. There's a cargo loading lift there you can use to deliver the marker up to the hangar. Please, you must help me with this. It's the only way.
Sorry, I was finishing my fudge. I just, like, slammed the last, like, third of it. Do I have how many? Could probably actually sell those. Did D&D Halloween one shot with Joe Cat, some other D&D. I love them. I love that group. I am very happy that Joe Cat is back on the internet too. I'm very, very happy that the haters got bent. For all intents and purposes, I'm very, very happy about that. You go on the master access key and open all the doors. Yeah, it is very sequential. Once you get access to the master access key, I mean, you get access to so much stuff. There's a couple things that I still need to do, like upgrade all the weapons to max. Whoa, hello. Right about you. Well, but like, once that's done, I don't know. There's a couple things I had left. I think it's like that and Impossible are like some of the only achievements I have left to actually get. Can we just talk about that for a second? That's akin to having like... That's akin to just having like a Glock magazine just sitting there, right? Effectively. But not even that, because it's like... This is like... No, for all intents and purposes, a tool. This is more akin to like... How do you word it? I need to drink water really quick. How do you word what that is? It's like I guess having like a cordless drill battery just sitting in the toilet with you. Or having like a full pack of like industrial staples. Like carries over to New Game Plus. Does unlock 2 to 3 doors and lockers. Right. There's certain things that unlocks, but I mean you still gotta venture around to the other one. Which is why it actually always confounds me that there are way less mods for Dead Space than I think there are. I don't know if that's just there's not a big enough player base. I don't know if it's that the game is hard to crack. Like, I think Dead Space mods would go really hard. I think it would add a lot of interest to the game. I mean, Resident Evil kind of has an unfair advantage because, like it's so easy to shitpost that game. It is so easy. I do like how haphazardly this is. Oh, whoa, hey, I was looking over the side. Nail straight nail gun, pretty much, yeah. You can actually see the Leviathan down there. That's so cool. It's kind of just waiting down there. You can't affect it. I didn't even see that. That's so cool. What a cool little dude. Well, this is the first time you see the marker. So I think that the remake, the way that they actually introduced it throughout the story, I think was a little better. I did like the remake better and how it was throughout the story. It didn't feel like it was kind of just like, and it's the last 2 chapters, here's the marker. You actually got to see it like work and affect things. Nope. That's fine. No. God, I forget. Yeah, they like to suicide strat. Yay. I've tried speedrunning this room. The most success that I will ever get in this room has been quite literally just doing it at speed. So they only have limited spawns. There are only so many of them that will ever spawn in at once. Just take it as is, right? Do not overextend yourself. That is how I've always taken this room, and it's worked pretty consistently. I should do my no. Wait, what? Monster Dead Space are a bad idea. The first thing to make something saucy. Maybe, yeah, I guess that's maybe an accurate fucking thing to think about. Like, I mean, I don't know, but you can make the same argument for Resident Evil, right? I'm trying to, how do I cheese this? I think I cheese it this way. Because as long as you turn, I think it counts. Yeah, that sounds right. As long as you turn, it counts. Yeah. Because the game is still recognizing you're turning, even though you are. I could not kinesis it at this range anymore, right? And notice how slow it's moving. He's just beating his meat on the floor. Yeah. See, there you go. Easy. I think you have to move it around the room more in the remake. I think that was a big change. Nope. No, sir. I'm not dealing with you today. Also, yeah, just run from that. It's not worth it. H-level necromorphs. I don't get it. I get it. Like the gate, how they grab you. I get it, but I don't get it.
Power to the elevator.
Are you kidding me, dude? I'd love to. I have to get a 3D model of myself inserted into the game, like this armor into the game. But it's like some like Left 4 Dead level mod. Oh, that'd be primo. I'd have to figure out how to do that. That's the thing. I don't know why there aren't more mods for this game. Like, I feel like a randomizer could. I don't know. Even then, randomizers I feel would break the game. Like, what if everything in that last room was a brute? There's only so far a brute can go. Is a brute going to clip off the edge? Like, I don't know. I think randomizers work far better for games like Resident Evil because of... Not necessarily because of how linear they are. Because, like, Resident Evil 4 has randomizers. But, like... I think just key points where it can break the game become an issue. Anime Gromo, the Waltz Nilsicles grab you and drag it. That's funny as shit, though. If we're going to criticize that, we should criticize Resident Evil when it does that, too, right? Or Left 4 Dead. Absolute premium cheese. We're talking a fine, like, Gruyere. Biohazard? Hazardous anomaly detected. My God. Reddit has been detected on this user's phone. It's also kind of cool to see, like, the original, like, the ones you see at the beginning of the game, right? But then you also see the elites. So it's a really cool, like, showcase of enemies you fought. And how strong the player has become as well. There was only mash forward. They're on the ground just playing bumper cars. God, I forgot how easy these things are to kill. Every time I play through this game, I always forget how easy the, like, early ones are to kill. They have no health. Not the Redditoid. The Redditoids have escaped. Oh, no. Oh, we gotta find Peng.
Excellent. I'm going to dock the shuttle. Got to be careful now. Careful.
I don't remember where it was in the remake. I actually don't remember. I vaguely remember where it was.
I'm bringing the shuttle down now. The automated loading controls aren't responding. You'll have to shut down gravity in the hangar bay, and then manually bring the marker directly beneath the shuttle.
Is it in the hangar in the remake? I thought it was in the tentacle room in the remake. I don't remember. Small like the... Oh, no. Necromorphs are... Oh, no. I mean, we made the joke throughout the entire Resident Evil Village DLC when I played that. I don't think that's actually... I don't think it ever made to the Kipper X, or the VOD channel. When I did the Resident Evil Village DLC, we were referring to the big guy, the big invincible guys that kept, like, harassing you. We refer to them as just Reddit mods. Or no, they were Discord mods. I'm sorry. That was funny. Yeah, remake's tentacle room. OG is hangar. Yeah, OG, we just found it. It's in the hangar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in the tentacle room in the remake. I think it's in a locker. Flying baby. Flying baby. DLC. Is he actually... They're actually headbutting and moving it? That's new. I didn't know they could do that. Five. Credits. R8 DLC, Duke is the Duke, god damn it. Dude, that DLC didn't need to go as hard as it did. It was super, like, metaphysical. I loved it. I'll have to go through the remake again of this soon. Not now. I want to play other things before I do a retread, because there is last Spooktober. I think last Spooktober we got the alternate ending, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure we had the alternate ending. So I kind of want to play some other things before I start doing some retreads. This is just my yearly, I play Dead Space every single year, because the game needs way more support and recognition than its parent company wants to give it. Yes, Pagan. Room in the remake, you have to go through the hangar in 0G, so too quick to get it. Yeah, I think that it's relevant that they changed it. I think that OG Pang was a product of its time, but I definitely think that in the remake it made more sense. That being said, it's iconic because it's just you get to see it like off the bat, and it's like, oh well, you better remember this location later, and then at the end of the game you're like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that thing there. Maybe I'll go grab it, and then you just sell it for like 30,000. Well, I was trying to see if I could... Whoa, hello. Ow. I'm pretty sure necromorphs would smell god-awful. Well, are they? Well, it depends if they're in atmosphere or not. Does decomposition happen in 0G? I would assume it does. I think it just slows down. But even then, there's places with atmosphere on the Ishimura. I don't know. I'm curious how decomposition works, or if there's anything that halts it, like the marker halts it or something.
I should be able to load the marker.
Evil Within 1. Again, I'll save Platinum for later. Platinuming games like this are just built different. I have 100%ed, including the impossible achievement, Dead Space 2. I did that once. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that again. That impossible run was actually dumb. Quit snarling at me. Oh, right. I have to go out first, and then I go back up later. I'm curious if it's going to despawn, actually. I'll leave your helmet on the entire time? Yeah.
Over here! Hurry! There's no time to waste. We must do it.
Bonk. So wait, how did she... I don't think that angle lines up, Captain. They're also being cooked because of the rapid cell generation division, so even if the decomp... yeah. You bring up a good point. They'd probably run really hot if they're regenerating, especially the hunters. Hey, Lurker despawned.
Sorry, Isaac. I couldn't let him go through with it. I suppose I should thank you for finding the marker. We even managed without help from the USM Valor. Thank you for helping me find him, by the way. My department's been looking for this place for a long time. See what Kind didn't know was? It was the government's mess to begin with. This whole planet is one big experiment. The marker? This divine relic? Made by man. They reverse engineered it a couple of 100 years ago from the real marker. A true alien artifact recovered on Earth.
Why did I think of the Jontron? A couple of hundred of them. When she said a couple 100 years aegos.
Then they brought it to Aegis 7 and activated it. And you've seen the result. The stuff of nightmares. They sealed the system, and no one would have been the wiser. But then the CEC blunders in and starts tearing the planet apart. The experiment was still alive. Kyne was right about the hive mind. The marker would contain it, but that doesn't matter now, does it? I have the marker, and this entire system can go to hell.
I actually don't remember
For what it's
why
worth, you did a great job.
why the hive mind was contained by this marker.
See you around.
Because we needed a convergence event for all the biomass. Is it just that there wasn't enough biomass to actually create a Brethren moon?
I need you to help me. Help us. Now. I'm in the flight control room. Please, Isaac, hurry. Please.
Oh, whoa. Nicole Uwu Egirl Audio. Oh, whoa. There's an explanation. I know there's an explanation. I just don't remember it. Can he just not see me? Never tell if they're dead or not. Still has one appendage. There we go. I don't know if they don't self-destruct, do they? No, I think they just stay. I do love door cheese. I miss it. I miss it in the remake. I miss door cheese. Wasn't enough biomass to create the moon. Yeah, so after the initial outbreak, everyone died. There's no more living people. The marker went dormant. Yeah, so it got to like 40% charge, 60% charge, but couldn't actually install the update. Got it.
God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what I did. I never wanted to hurt you. You need to get it back now, Isaac. You can pilot the shuttle remotely from here. Make us whole again. Make us whole again.
I always forget this is where we had a filter over games. This was the area where Jez Jontron described it. It's color palette, public restroom. I kind of miss it, though. I kind of miss it.
Isaac, what the hell are you doing?
Her spine is...
Mistake. This is not over.
So if that aligns with your spine... I feel like her spine right here segments hard. But I know that's just her model.
Shuttle has ejected escape pod.
Interesting.
Doesn't matter. She can't escape her fate. None of us can. Here it comes. I'll reprogram the shuttle so we can fly down to the colony. We're so close, Isaac.
Well, it's kind of like how if you look at Isaac's running, you can actually see...
Get on the shuttle.
Underneath the, so you have your, on the sides of him, the ribs, quote unquote, the top two are part of one section on the model. The bottom one rotates separately. So there are two parts of this model. You can kind of see where his spine would kind of break or be a little disjointed there, right? Started hundreds of years ago, everyone who was part of it is long dead since they can't absorb the makers anymore. The marker is putting out a dead signal where the necromorphs can't move or do anything as long as the marker stays on the pedestal. I know that was a big part of 2. I don't know. I didn't know that actually got followed up on. So they have to absorb the makers. That's part of the actual process. That might be. Is that explained in the Dead Space 3 DLC? That might be. Because I didn't know they actually followed through on that plot point. I thought that was just a throwaway. What was that Scooby-Doo run? I saw that. What is happening? What is going on? They really don't like this room. That is interesting. Can't work in this room, and they're designed to go back into the normal area. Yeah. Like, that is some quality cheese, though. That was impressive. They touched upon by Roanoke a little bit. It might be explained in Extraction. It's been years since I played Extraction. I've been itching to go back through it again. Fucking goddamn Scooby-Doo run. It's so good.
You're doing the right thing, Isaac. We're together now. The way it always should have been.
16 platinum trophies. Dead Space wouldn't be a bad one. It would take more, 2 more full playthroughs. Close on ME1 and 2. I would do Mass Effect 2. I would play the harder difficulties on Mass Effect 2. I hear from Video Game Donkey, his video on Mass Effect. I think it's his difficulty video, actually. Game difficulty. I hear Mass Effect 2 is one of the best balanced games for harder difficulties. One of the best feeling experiences. I'd play it, 100%. I've been itching to play Mass Effect for about a year and a half now. That's just, it's a series I would have to commit to for several VODs. I do like how the remake handled this a little better. I do like that the remake does give you the option to say, hey, you can't go back after this point. I do like that the remake makes this feel a little more natural in terms of transition. Yeah, I think the remake handled this better, because this does kind of feel like, hey, by the way, you're on the planet now. Just cool, you're here now. Mentions that the marker sends out a signal to keep necromorphs asleep, so to speak, as long as it's on the pedestal. Interesting. Because the pedestal is of the main, is of the same material. It has the same symbols on it. But we noticed that there's not, in Dead Space 2, there's most certainly not a pedestal under it. Not in the same capacity. That makes sense. See, this is why I play it every year. I learn something new or refresh my memory. I get to talk about a series that I think is great, but unfortunately just never gets the opportunity to really get off the ground. I think Dead Space is great. Do you know what this reminds me of? Destiny 2. Not Cosmodrome. Destiny 2 EDZ going into... No one's gonna know what I'm talking about. The stupid mission for Hawkmoon, the dam segment, right? Where you have to platform. That's what this reminds me of every time I see it. Someone's gonna, like, one person's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. They're like, I could see it. Someone's gonna be like, what are you talking about? What the fuck is a Hawkmoon? Every time I see it, it just reminds me of that area. I'm still waiting on that mission, Bungie. Still waiting on a lot of things, Bungie. Reverse engineering a pedestal to keep the mark from causing more trouble. I could see that. The markers have a dead space around where the signal is basically dormant. The necromorphs can't stand too close for it. Interesting. I actually didn't know that. That would make sense in one of the animated movies, why there were necromorphs surrounding... I saw the clip where the necromorphs were surrounding the marker. Aspect 2, the only trophy still needs to hit 20 targets, multiply onyx, and warp the barriers 25 enemies. That should be fairly easy to get. Know what you're talking about. Okay, you get what I'm talking about, Catch. You see the exact thing I'm seeing. What? It's not necessarily, like, you know, accurate, right? But it reminds me of exactly that specific position. Still waiting, Bungie. I actually need to still try out the new dungeon. I need to go... I hear maybe them bringing Icebreaker back into the game. And this is me having absolute copium. Maybe them bringing Icebreaker back into the game is a hint towards them giving sniper rifles a buff. But then again, I know to temper my expectation when it comes to Bungie. So the pestle amplifies the dead space signal. Garrus can become God. Can he? Dude, I didn't know this. I used Shepard, Garrus, and I think... Who's the Promethean dude? Or sorry, Prothean dude? The Jarvis? I can't remember his name. I used him. He was pretty cool. He was pretty cracked. I honestly have been in a huge Mass Effect mood. I don't know if I'll play it off stream or not.
Returned to the pedestal chamber. Use the loader to bring it there and place it on the pedestal. Replace what was taken and make us whole.
Yeah, it's the same type area you go for the Strike on Earth. Right, exactly. Yeah, like it's that same dam area. I love it. It's cool. Diamond. Well, with the right weapons and mods, Garrus can solo the entire game. I honestly didn't know this. I'd be very interested to do it again. I would play through Mass Effect 3 to do that. 100%. I would love to watch Garrus just solo the universe. Did a decent buff against everything non-boss. Really? I didn't know that. Shows how out of date I am. How is the new dungeon? I hear it's difficult. That's not necessarily a deal breaker. I just don't really have people to run shit with. So I would grind, but I don't even have this. I don't even have the same people playing the game when I was getting Navigator. Someone modding the weapon and putting it on Garrus. Need to check it again. If you have the build, I'd be very curious. You do like the new dungeon, but I haven't gotten Icebreaker with 2 clanmates. I've been running a dungeon and both got it. Oh, that's rough. Well, hopefully you get it soon. Hopefully you get it this coming reset. I'll probably run it in the next few days. I've been itching to run it. I thought you were dead. I've been itching to try it. Don't have the dungeon key, so I can't do it. Yeah, the dungeon key was kind of a... Yeah. I get it. Bungo's got to make their money. I totally get it. I understand the reasoning. Some days I wonder if I'm overly harsh on Bungo. Although, honestly, I can't imagine the Sony meetings are going super well for them right now. Tom Christie, goddamn, his last video on the subject was amazing, though. That was fantastic. I can't wait for the next Tom Christie. Tom Christie does the new dungeon when? Oh, whoa. Love the weapons, the energy, avoid AoE denial. Oh, God, I'm going to have to go grind those now. Denial frames have just been so good. That was a miss. I need to grind out my season pass anyways. Got the beginning moment, type it out. Cool. Send it my way in Discord as well, please. Because I'll have to reference that when I get around to it. I would like to start with 1 and then work my way up. Insanity, no problem. Mass Effect 2 Insanity. 2 I feel would go really hard. This season with the artifact person, dude, concussive reload. I saw that. Dude, this season's got some spice for GL. We have, what is it? Is it 8? What's the grenade launcher? It's the champion mod for this season. It's not AB. AB is something else. I think it's AB Scout. Doom is gonna see a lot of play. Oh, I don't remember what it is now. Wiggins bosses, champs you hit, then with GLs, which then we have the GL actual champ mod. It's going to be a great season. As much as I can criticize Destiny for being Destiny sometimes, it is also a game that if there are people who will run content, I will run content. Who fucking designed these bridges to go down that fast? That's my question. Who designed this? Who hurt them? It's overload? Oh, dude. Get the stasis denial frame. Oh my god. Stasis denial frame on the... Oh my god. Hi. Hey, big boy. A little too much T-bell, didn't you? AB shot. Yeah, AB shotgun, dude. Fucking conditional goes hard. I need to actually check, since I'm running Void a lot now. Graviton got, technically, it didn't really get buffed or nerfed going into this season. It did get changed, though. It has a, what, slower rate of, no, was it? Its rate of fire and damage changed. It is a faster rate of fire, but more, less damage per shot, right? Something like that. Something which I've actually really enjoyed working with. I've actually really enjoyed the change. Me being unstopped too, yeah. I want to see if Collective is actually good or not. I feel Collective just has, I think it just has some issues. I think that it's not bad, but its competition is very stiff. Yeah, faster rate of fire, but they tone the damage down a little bit for it, which is fair. I wonder how it's going to perform in GMs and raids. No, I've been using Graviton. I mean, to be fair, right? Anything's good in shit tier content, right? I could take Darcy into a fucking 1600 strike and do wonders with it, right? Anything's good in shit tier content. I haven't done really anything to really like test it out to actually put it through its paces, but new Graviton is still nutty. The little orbs, still really disgusting on those. Even though those technically got nerfed. So Garrus is N7 Typhon 5, Assault Rifle Extended Barrel 5, Assault Rifle Magazine Upgrade, AP rank 6 with top 4, 5 bottom, Turing Rebel rank. And it just solos the fucking build. Good God. Garrus solos the universe. It's going to happen at some point. You know, whenever I actually finally get around to that Dark Souls stream, I keep promising people. It's been there. I've promised it. Well, the way that I want to work this is after my break, which by the time this is out on the VOD channel, I mean, it'll be over, right? First week in November, I'm taking a break. I need a break. I need a breather. I'm going to try to streamline reactions. There's a lot that people want me to react to, and I love that people want me to react to so much. I can only do so many videos a day before it actually starts to just fuck with me. Like doing 4 a day is doable sometimes, but I'm combining with you know, like Daily Dose of Internet or Habitual Line Crosser because I love their content and people love the content as well. People love the reactions to it. Warlock's cooking right now. Skull of Dire Ankar and Bad Juju is cuckoo. Worker Prospector is insane in the membrane. New Warlock exotic with it. I haven't even got the new exotic. I don't remember what it does. Oh, that's gonna be. I need to go grind that. Thank you for reminding me about that. This node door, you always want to hit. If you've never played Dead Space 1, hit that node door. It is absolutely fucking nutty. No, Warlocks right now are in a good spot. And I think they're great, especially because Well of Radiance finally got nerfed enough that, I mean, I'm sure people still use it. I can't speak on actual high-end content. I can't speak to Master and Challenge raids. I don't do that content. Must be an assault rifle. Good God. Yo, when are we getting a Necromorph VTuber, though? Oh, I'm about to eat shit. I literally could not outrun that. I got stuck on the wall. I had to eat one or the other. 220%. That's fucking wild. Mate, do you know how much I did for fucking 2% in RuneScape? How much I do in Destiny to get that 10-15% bonus? I do a lot for fucking small percentages. 220 is nutty, dude. You telling me if I did a damage rate? Yeah, see, it's like a dev just like drop. It's so good, though. I love it. I love this room. This room has so much plasma cutter ammo. Actually, like, super legit. Always have a power node on you. into a storm that slows enemies near it. Spawn. What slot is it? Is it helmet, arms? I need to go do the Lost Sector when it's live. I need to actually do my... Thank you for reminding me. I need to do my pin grind. Literally a boss fountain. So good. Double Guardian. It's a chest.
Isaac, you're almost there.
That's actually like not really. It's I mean it takes it's like the same I guess priority as like Phoenix Protocol, right? It being a chess piece. Cool. I need to go check Lost Sectors this week. I'll go grind it out. I could probably depending on the Lost Sector, I can probably cheese it fairly easily. Graviton goes nutty. If anything, I play a little bit safer. Use Getaway Artist, even though I know the build is nerfed at this point. It does provide a fairly consistent stream of damage. Ow. Solo a Harvester on Insanity in less than 4 seconds. Without, good God! Garrus, please. You can only be so fucking based. A bunch of just... Ugh. To be honest, I don't know. I've been debating on just picking up Mass Effect 3 just to play through it off stream again. I don't know. Well, I've only played through it once, so I might actually... Yep. Yep, that's Dead Space, baby. I don't know how I like this change. Because this got changed in the remake as well. I don't know how I liked it. I think I liked the original better. I think the remake was more involved, which I did like in certain aspects. I think I preferred the original, though. Never changed 2008 Dead Space. Exactly. This is why people be like, you know, Mandalore Gaming, definitely install those fixes. I'm like, nah. No. We're not installing these fixes, okay? It's vanilla or bust. I want the cheese. I want the schlock. So godlike. Kyling left in 2 seconds. Oh my god, dude! Oh, I missed that fight. That fight was so good. Kyling was definitely a... people did not like his character. I enjoyed him, though. I thought he was funny assassin, dude. Definitely gave Thane a run for his money. Whoa! I am surprised it didn't die there. I thought that was going to be a hitbox. I thought that was going to actually kill me. Ow. Can you imagine if your job was just to clean meat out of the pan? Can you just imagine that? I don't remember this in OG. Yeah, yeah. The remake, completely changed this. It completely scrapped this. It became the system with the weird power things that you had to swap around. Yeah, no, there's just vent. This level and the way that it's structured with the room back there, right? The power node room. This makes me think that Dead Space 1 was on a time limit to finish. I mean, they still made a hell of a game out of it. That spawned a lot of, a lot of content, spawned a lot of games out of it, a lot of external media, movies, comics, sequels. Like, it did a lot. I do think that this feels rushed, though. I have to clean meat out of the fan. I'm starting to shoving it into the right. It's like working at like, hey, can you get the body parts out of the fryer? The what now? I ain't touching that fryer. You ain't paying me enough. I'm not getting implicated in whatever this bullshit is. And even then, like, the structure of it, like, we had that entire last room, which was just, ended with a bunch of exploders. We have 2 Guardians. We have a Brute there. It feels like this was a final product that ended up getting rushed. And like I don't ever like OK and crunch culture. We've had some amazing games come from crunch culture. Halo 2, right? Made under crunch culture. Excellent game, awesome game. It shouldn't ever have to be the industry standard. But I am glad that, I mean, some of these games get made, and I'm glad they get made at all. Dead Space could very easily have just turned into a, oh yeah, we thought about doing Halo ODST 2 with Helldivers style, gameplay. Yeah, we didn't want to do it though. Why are we celebrating companies canceling shit, right? That's like if, you know, Call of Duty said, oh, no, Battlefield, right? We were going to release Bad Company 3, but decided it wasn't going to be worth it, so we made Battlefield Hardline. You fucking what? Hypothetically, if they were to do that, right? No, you don't celebrate that. You don't we shouldn't celebrate or look at, you know, Netflix for canceling shows in a positive light. Like, cancellation is a failure of management, is it not? Activist Story cleanup detail. Sounds like a great way to get allegedly. I can't imagine doing it. I think it would fuck with me. The job would definitely fuck with me. That being said, somebody's got to do the job, and I just hope they pay you well. I hope that these, you know, people who have to clean up that shit get paid incredibly well. I hope they get benefits. Keeping Garrus from Soling Harbinger is that the game won't let him. The game has to hold him back. Garrus cooked so hard. I'll have a poll up after this. I'll have a poll up for what we want to do, because I want to do something else after this. We're so close, and I feel like I can go a little longer tonight. I liked that the remake, this room specifically, I did like that they added a little flesh node thing where you had to kind of go up that way, you had to snake across, and then you had to come back down. I did like that they actually made this room into something in the remake. I did like that. That was a good change. Dead Space, haven't been playing games. MTG Grind, been playing EDH a bunch, made 8 new decks, but I haven't listed. I feel that, honestly. I bought $400 in Yu-Gi-Oh! Last night to get the newer, quote-unquote, Feedsmith engine for Yubel. I'm definitely feeling that. I don't know. I've been wanting to get out. I've been wanting to play TCGs more. I mean, if I find actual modern players, I'll play Tron. Like, I'll play modern Tron. I will throw land and add and count to 7. Not opposed to it. I know locally it's just been really hit or miss, but even then Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been hit or miss too. So that's not really a jab at Magic at this point. Yeah, they gave that room a purpose. I liked it. It did add to the overall time, but I did like it. Kind of Tron. I have 2 variants. I ran Eldrazi. I run the one that... What is the build? It's obviously the pieces, 4 mine, 4 power plant, 4 tower, 4 Karn Liberated, 4 Karn Great Creator, 2 Ugin the Spirit Dragon, 4 Wormcoil Engine, 2 Walking Ballista. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's like Greentron. Can't count. 127 exactly. But does that not fit my personality to a T? Like, fuck this. I'm not counting. I've heard it likened to me playing Tron is more like me playing Pokemon than actual Magic. By name, I am playing Magic the Gathering. By playstyle, like actual mechanics, I am playing more akin to Pokemon. Ancient Stirrings? I believe I did, yeah. Yeah, it's Greentron. Yeah, Greentron then. I run that. I ran Gigantha. I ran Tactical Deer for a while. Gigantha the Wellspring was kind of funny. That was actually pretty cool. Like, actual companion mechanic. Dumb as fuck. I haven't... Oh. Oh, that's fucked. I didn't actually think that... yeah, totally forgot that happened. Whoops. Good thing that this suit has insulation. I'm actually surprised that wasn't an instant death. Yeah, the Eldrazi variant's interesting. Not, I don't always run it. Much prefer green. I like that this was more involved in the remake. This in the original definitely feels like random bullshit go. I mean, eventually they do stop spawning. Yeah, no, that is a gameism. That should have absolutely been an instant death. I appreciate that they didn't. Other games would have absolutely said, nah, get boned. Get fucked. Yes. No, this is actually random bullshit go. This is more evidence that leads to me thinking that this was a rushed, like, part of the game. You also have more area to fight in the remake. I'm trying to remember if I can cheese this or not. I think I can cheese it. Think is the keyword. Nah, I can't cheese it. I think if I get the first two down, maybe I can finish it. I thought there was a way I could actually cheese this. Counting, that's so above me. Do you mean beneath you? No, above me. I'm too fucking stupid to get it. I almost did it again. Exactly. Who the fuck counts? Why would I ever count 1, 2, 3 when I can just go straight to 7? And then just buy big, dummy, thick dude. Which is really especially shitty, because you know what I need to buy? I need to buy the Lord of the Rings set for MTG. Actual ring of, like, one ring, actually super good for Tron. Because it's a colorless artifact. Actually dumb. Modern and Wild, last played, possibly Storm Emrakul. Modern is a format that I like because its legality is a lot better, in my opinion. Like, a lot of you have an investment, and aside from the ban list, like, was it Mycosynth Lattice? Unless stuff like that gets banned, like, cool. You bought Tron, use Tron. You bought this, use this. It's a legacy format, right? It doesn't have a rotation like Standard. Count to four. No, man. It's been a minute. Pedestal actually does. Hive Mind is doing its own thing with the initial orders to kill everything. The marker at this point realizes the markers are long gone. Maker's long gone. So it can't do convert. So it's trying to do is get back to the pedestal and get control back of the Hive Mind. Isaac, go so he can make another marker. And oh, okay. That actually leads into 2 fairly well. Okay, that makes sense. So he witnesses the marker and then is forced to make another marker. So Aegis 7's Hive Mind has effectively been forsaken by the Brethren Moons.
Orbital gravity tethers offline. Tectonic load released. Impact imminent.
Tectonic load released. Oh no. No, you can't say that on Twitter. Do not.
Isaac, you really didn't think I was just gonna
Can I get that pistol, please?
I can't do that. Marker's coming with me. It's a shame. I'm starting to like you. Even if you are insane.
How did you get through all that bullshit, though?
Take a look at yourself. Better yet, take a look at the video from Nicole. this time, watch you right to the edge.
It's shit.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm
Someone was standard with previously your before Bloomborough, now Junlands combo. I feel like standard can be fun. I think it just depends on the play group. I'd play semi-competitive standard if there was a good play group. 100%. I hate rotation, don't get me wrong, but I'd play it.
Such a little thing. In the end, it all comes down to
I mean, you're just buying into a format is all you're doing. And sits back hiding, right?
Like
She's the person in like the battle royale that just lets your final three just lets the other two duke it out and just drops a mortar. Goddamn. Krogan versus turn start lodging asteroids at each other. Yeah.
Loved you.
So how are we placing our bets on the new Dragon Age game? How bad are we thinking it's gonna be? I don't want it to be bad. Don't get me wrong. How bad are we expecting it to be, though? Marker off the pedestal, which makes Marker lose control of the hive mind again, which is why you gotta fight it. Ah, makes sense. It tried to reboot, and then thus... Okay.
You're insane. Just like Khan.
2 out of 10. Wow, we're expecting it to be that bad. Ooh.
Nicole has been dead.
Lasts so long now with each normal set 3 years and Foundations last 5. I'm okay with that. I think they've had to change standard policy, though, because of the presence of EDH.
Don't worry.
EDH has definitely become a threat to standard.
Far away from this damn place.
People hate it. It's not even out. God damn it.
Goodbye, Isaac.
But it's probably not going to be great. Like, I want it to be good. Like, I don't want games to fail. I don't want things to be bad. I have the expectation that things will be bad. I don't inherently want things to suck. It's how you get depressed. Well, further depressed. Let's put it that way. Well, we'll see how... That is a very... that is a very hard and angular seam into the wall. Okay, that's exactly what I saw. Dude, that ripped me out of whatever I was talking about. Oh my god, that tore me out of the experience. Good god. That was, whew, that was a little rough. Late 2000s games. Dude, they had to do more with less. I would love a boundary break to see how janky this game gets. I think boundary breaks when you, so like, when you open the door, right, it loads the area. And then when the door shuts, I think it deloads some other areas. Dude, they had to do so much with so little. I really miss it. Like, old gaming is just a lost art at this point. Because, you know, when's the last time you downloaded a game and it's like, holy shit, that's like 20 gigabytes. Oh my god, this is only 30 gigabytes? Good god. I think it happened with Gundam recently. Oh my god, that was amazing. I had a moment where I'm just like, this is amazing. This is perfect. Is this how good? Yeah, that's fair. Large, mediums. We'll move that. Next playthrough next year. Plasma energy. After RE4 really made me like survival horror, even though I generally don't like horror overall. This classifies, yes, as survival horror. I view this, and I've said this a few times, more as thriller. Because if a necromorph pops out, I can fight it. A horror game is more like Outlast, where I'm running, I see the door open, get back here, son, right? And it's like, oh shit, well, I'm going this way now. Like, it's why Resident Evil 7, while I like it, what it does, I like the story, it really was rough for me to play. Because it is just, it bridges that horror gap. That's the survival part, yeah. But like Outlast versus RE7 versus RE Village, right? Like there's differences there. I can handle, I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to delve into survival horror more. Like I actually really enjoyed Resident Evil 2. Alien Isolation would be horror from what I understand. I've never played it. I don't know how I like to change him in the remakes. I don't know how I liked it. I'm sort of mixed on the hive mind. Yeah, she did go splat. I also like the meteor in the background. So good. I think that the remake does certain things well. I don't know if it's my preferred version. Well, we already got one down. So they made the fight more immersive, I will say. I think that is a completely fair point to make. They did make the fight far more immersive in the remake. With the acid puddles, some of the stuff that it threw at you, some of the more necromorphs that it spawned. Ow. Isaac would be absolutely fucking actually done, though. Shoot a flamethrower eventually, just won't care and kill. Yeah. Oh, I always hate this section upside down. There we go. But you just can you strafe slightly left for every few seconds and you'll win. Right. I think the remake is a lot more theatrical. It's a lot more immersive. I think the original was good for the time. I mean, like, you have necromorphs that it spawns in, but it's not the same. Oh, I hate that animation. Look at that texture. Look at that texture get absolutely fucking stretched. I literally couldn't stop that. I got locked into that. That was disgusting. It makes the OG harder having to aim like the 2 weak point spots instead of just the one in the remake. Yeah. Made this fight a lot more theatrical. Yeah, no, I think that the remake did a lot of service to the fight. Yeah, that I wasn't coming back from that one. I should have stasis, and I was like, instinctually, I should have stasis the little guys. God, she's still alive after that, though. She's still alive until that buzz, I'm pretty sure. She might not be cognizant after the slam on top, but she's still alive. I mean, especially for the time. Think about this. 2008, it was a very, very cool fight for the era. Especially because I don't think there was a whole lot like this, especially at the time. See how stretch remodeled it? It's a premium crunch here. So that's an easy give me. I would say if you're wanting to effectively do this, you kill everything but ones that are not next to each other. That locks you into the animation, okay? Because see, now that they're next to each other, even if I miss, I can actually hit the other one. I think you might be able to pre-fire all of them. You probably could. Don't get munched. That is a very real concern. Well, I got a plasma cutter lands right exactly next to us. You can tell which one it is, too, because they wiggle. Oh, this drop is... That's why there's physics tied to it, because they drop. I kind of hate that blur effect. You just kind of got to unload on him. Sound like... Yeah, they do kind of sound like altered Jurassic Park sounds. A little bit. The remake definitely did definitely did a lot. I don't know if you can actually hit between those ribs or not. There's a space there, but I don't think you can actually, like, sneak a shot between them. I don't think that's how that works. And Dragons from Skyrim, yeah, it's very evocative of that, yeah. Easy. Dude, a boundary break of this must be fantastic. Look at that. Oh, that is some premium, like, cylinder. Nice. I think it's because I was hyper aggressive. I think that's why it didn't spit any at me. My God, the door opened at just the right time. Oh no, we didn't put the marker back. Oh no. Audio was crunchy a little bit. Missing a lot of these shots. Dude, I'd never claimed to be good at this game. Part of me wonders how bad am I, but also because I do game on a 32-inch. So you can try to see me try to like try to adjust certain shots. You can see I try to like manually adjust them in small increments, but I completely just missed the mark by a country mile. BioWare hasn't given anything good in a long time, so I don't trust them anymore. Plus having only hearing bad things about BioWare in the last 10 years of games. Yeah. I don't want the new Dragon Age to be bad. I really don't. I would love a new Mass Effect. I'd love a good Mass Effect. I don't see that happening, though. Isn't the marker on the pedestal? No, because remember Kendra moved it off. It was in front of the ship. So it's off the pedestal.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry.
It's such a good finale, though, because then it leads into not only the twist, right? The marker, as we're saying, like giving him... making him have to create a new marker, right? A marker now, or the marker affecting him this way, right? But it also leads into how he was trying to let go, he's unable to let go, and how Dead Space 2 is a story about trauma. It's great. I love it. It's good. Is death better than the remake final scare? Yeah. I like all I could see is the remake's alternate ending. I think the remake's alternate ending is pretty good. It's pretty dark. It's pretty dubious. I like that we got more information on Isaac's parents. We got information on their situation. We got more information on Nicole. We got more information on the hunter. A lot of things got changed in the remake. Yeah, the remake has the alt ending, yes. That's all I could think about was the alt ending from it, because that's what we did. That's what the last Spooktober we did. It's an interesting game. Like, it makes me sad that this is just It just keeps dying. I've watched this series effectively die twice at the hands of EA, which pisses me off, and which was why I said I wanted to stream this 4 years ago in the first place. Hey, I'll just stream Dead Space every year. Those mods are lost to time. Like, that first Dead Space was crunchy. I'm pretty sure I was doing, like, God, like, less than 1,000 kilobits per second. Like, actual crunchy looking through mud. Ugh, awful. Old Kip streams, definitely not something you want to watch. And, remake improved the story 1,000%. I think it improved it in a lot of ways. I think I look on it favorably. I think there are a few criticisms that I have, but I don't know how much of that is genuine criticism and how much of it is just coming from Dead Space 1. It is a remake, not a remaster, so changes are going to be, expected, right? Resident Evil 2 remake, right? Birkin Stage 4 is different in the remake than it is original Resident Evil 2. So it kind of comes with the territory of a remake. It's a different, it's an attempt to do it again. 13 more cuts for angry omnoms. New Dragon Age is the character creation, which claims to be inclusive and diverse with its choices. People aren't going to be interested. Plus, it's not diverse. Since when Baldur's Gate was literal skin tones from every race. Just give players good character. You know what we need? No, it'll never happen. I was gonna say we just need like an actual like company to just like make a really good character creator, like a 3D model character creator. But then that wouldn't work. Like a model from F-Zero GX on the GameCube is not going to use the same models as Metal Gear Solid 3 on the PS2 is not going to use the same models as the Wind Waker on the GameCube. So that throws that idea out. But like, we just need good character creators. Or if there's not a character creator, right? Just tell a good story, right? We're going to play as John Shepard or Jane Shepard. Grats. Okay. Here's your edits. Here's this good story. Grats. Hammond's story and death felt a little off in the remake. Mercer's death is much less satisfying in the remake. Giving Temple and Cross a story we can follow along was an improvement. I do agree with that. We were talking in depth about how Hammond's death, a lot of people liked it. I think it's divisive. If I had to say one thing about Hammond's death, I think it can be seen as divisive. I see both sides of the argument. I can see why people would say that it's good, why it's an improvement. I can also see, and I'm on the side of the fence that doesn't necessarily like the changes. It felt a little cheesy, a little corny, even at the end. But I can see both sides of it, and I think that it was a good attempt. Like, am I going to say it was bad? No. I think it was a great attempt. I see why people say it was a good improvement, and even if I don't necessarily agree, I can at least respect that decision. I see the valid points behind it. I feel because it looks like men. Broad shoulders, super masculine, very feminine to be seen. You know what? No, I'm not getting into it. I was gonna make a comment about female space marines. I'm not gonna do it. No, that's low hanging fruit. I'm not doing it. In terms of Mercer, I can't get over the iconic voice he has in the original. It took me a while to warm up, much like it took me a while to warm up to Jack Krauser in RE4 Remake, because you can't get original Osmond Southern, original Krauser back. Like it just wasn't possible. It's not. They couldn't do that. I had to warm up to it, but I grew to like him. His voice was different. He kind of went with a little bit of a different vibe. It almost felt like, you know what he reminds me? He reminds me more of Tideman from 2. Goodbye Clark, that kind of thing. He reminds me more of Tideman than he does actual Mercer from 1, if that makes sense. Maybe that's why it threw me off. Actually scared of things, horror games again like we used to. Well, and that's why I liked when Outlast 1 came out. I thought Outlast 1, in my opinion, was the first horror game in a hot minute that had people interested. And then we had Outlast 2, and that kind of came to lukewarm reception, PC issues, etc., AI issues, especially on higher difficulty, being able to see you when they shouldn't. But even then, Resident Evil 7 went the route of Outlast-like, right? And a lot of people liked it. I like it. I like what 7 does, but that level of horror just hits me differently, and I don't prefer it. which they went to Village, and now we have RE 2, 3 remake, and now we have RE4 remake. I go to play the Dead Space remake, and I keep thinking I have the parry mechanic from RE4 remake. It was just that masterfully done in the RE4 remake. I very much like it. But horror definitely falls to the back burner. I think, unfortunately, is going to be up to some indie studios to really spearhead the horror genre for years going forward. Everybody wants a Fortnite. Everybody wants an Apex. Everybody wants a Call of Duty. Everybody wants a live service, right? Nobody necessarily wants to make a Callisto Protocol. There was a project. I don't remember what it was called. Negative Atmosphere? I need to figure out what's going on with that, because that seemed really promising. So I'm very curious about that. But that was this year's Dead Space. It was interesting. It's always interesting to go through this every year. See how my perspective has changed. See what I liked and what I didn't like about the remake. Just be able to gush about Dead Space for a bit. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. And I hope you did too. If you're on the VOD channel, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.